bosoms.
Hello, everyone. Wow, Cedar. Wow.
I was doing my vocal exercises.
Yeah. Yep, you were.
Yeah, you were.
And working on Hero Forge.
Happy
don't
Halloween,
judge me.
everybody.
Hi, happy Halloween.
Don't. I saw the first kid walk down my street and I'm like, nope. And I closed my curtains.
Does anybody want to be sad? I live in an apartment complex, and I went when I got home from work, I went and I bought all this candy, and I was like, because I didn't want to run out. I went down there and I sat outside with the candy, and I was like writing and preparing for session and texting and stuff like that, and nobody came.
Oh, buddy.
Was it today? Because a lot of like my neighboring town did it on Saturday.
Oh.
They did Saturday,
Yeah.
and
There has to be somebody who would do it on Halloween.
well, my town's supposed to do it today, and our complex nobody went around. Yeah. Today's supposed to be for my complex, and nobody walked around. It was like weird and creepy, but other places did it Saturday or did trunk or treats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that at
Treats
all.
have been getting big.
People drove by and slowed down and looked at me and was like, "Oh, they're leaving candy. They're giving out candy. That's nice." And kept driving. When they came back and saw me still sitting there, they're just like, "Aw." Like,
Oh, honey.
and I'm like, "Okay, well, curfew is 8 o'clock, so I gotta go." And I brought my candy bags back upstairs, and I ate a bunch of them. Misery. Anyway, anywho.
Speaking of
We're off
kids
to a great
and how much
start.
we love them, we're actually raising money for Extra Life, which is
candy.
an organization that raises money for kids that are currently within the Children's Miracle Hospital network. It helps to get critical care funds to wherever they need to go, as well as get kids stuff to do when they're stuck in hospital for an extended period of time. So if you haven't been watching all this month and seeing us come up live and be like, hey, we're doing a Spooktober thing. First of all, where were you? Offensive. I'm offended. But second of all, if you got a couple bucks, it would be great if you could throw it at Extra Life. We run from October to December for Extra Life. A little bit of a break. We don't push it so hard in November, but then we go hard again in December because that's how we do.
Yep.
The music stopped just at that same moment. It was perfect. So yes, check out the link that Artemis posted it in chat or down below the Twitch window, and you can use the module. It'd be great if you could just donate a couple bucks. If you do, if you're the type of person that needs incentive, we do have a big prize pack that we'll be giving away on Saturday, well, Sunday morning around 1 o'clock-ish in the morning, after we finish our 12-hour dungeon crawl, which is sort of our last bit of Spooktober. It is Extra Life Game Day that day, and I run a 12-hour dungeon crawl. So you're free to come in and play, donate, you go into the prize wheel, and then I give it away at 1 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, you have to be okay giving me your address so we can send it to you, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever.
You can rent a PO
We only
box.
stalk you a little bit. It's fine.
We only look up your house on Zillow. It's fine.
The backpack only sends my packages 3 houses up the street to the wrong address.
I blame Artemis for that.
Look, I fixed the address, okay? You shouldn't do that anymore.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It was great.
Yeah. That was fun.
Hey, what do you listen to the music? I can't hear it.
Oh, I didn't
I got
share
to
it.
meet my neighbor. It was great.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. As somebody with social anxiety, that's like my worst fucking nightmare.
What? Having to go to your neighbors to get your mail?
Yes.
Yeah, that mail's just gone. Like, I understand.
It never
Yeah,
existed.
we
It
had
never
a-
arrived. Hey, Amazon, where's my shit?
Disappeared.
We had an Amazon package that our neighbors and us got a package delivered at the same time, and they delivered ours to them and theirs to ours, and we were just like, well, we're contacting Amazon and being like, hey, we didn't get our thing because there's no way we're going over there.
Nope.
So
Yeah, no.
It has
Not
disappeared
interested.
forever.
it's into the void.
You can also support Extra Life by going to our merch store and purchasing the 2 spooky things that are up there, designs that are up there. There's You're Not You If You're Bloodless, or When You're Bloodless, and Basic Witch Pumpkin Spice. Those proceeds go directly to Extra Life. So get some merch and donate to kids. Whatever. It's fine. Our sponsor for tonight is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code TheVactaire, all one word, for 10% off of, or 15. I don't know why I keep saying 10. It's 15 now.
Because it was 10 for so long.
Yeah, that's true. It's 15% now. So.
And even better deals.
Yeah, just make sure you put the code in at checkout or you don't get the discount.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm sorry.
It doesn't happen if you don't do your part.
It's not intuitive.
You can check our regular schedule by doing !schedule in our Twitch chat. As for one-shots, the only thing we have left is the 12-hour dungeon crawl, which I already talked about, so I'm not going to talk about it again. That's it. Cedar. Who are you?
I'm Cedar the Barefoot, and I'm DMing tonight.
Yes, you are. Where can we find
You
you?
have your creepy eyebrows on.
Cedar the Barefoot. Everywhere, except for Twitter, which is Barefoot Cedar. Or Cedar Barefoot. Barefoot Cedar, I think it's
Barefoot Cedar.
Yeah.
How do I know
I'm
that?
everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on here. I'm on there. I'm on everywhere. I'm everywhere. Everywhere.
Fun fact, I was following Cedar on TikTok before I ever got connected to the Voctaire.
Same.
I actually found a journal. I actually was going through some of my old journals, and I found the entry where I showed up to that one night for the first time, and I was like, I love this. This is so cute. And Desirous, oh my God, what a funny guy. And then I got to go in and hang out with everybody. It was so cool and stuff like that.
We're cool.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Now you live here with the rest of us.
They kidnapped me. Help me.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
cry for
That's
help.
Cut the stream.
Cookies.
Okay, Cedar, do you want us to introduce our characters when we
Please,
introduce ourselves? Okay,
Please.
perfect. We're going to start with Hunter, who is a returning backpacker. Yeah, who are you? Where can we find you? And who are you playing?
Hello, I am Hunter. You can find me on the artist formerly known as Twitter under Warlock_Waffle. You can find me here on Twitch at Warlocks and Waffles. We are the only TTRPG morning show, and until somebody challenges us for it, we will remain so. Yeah, that's where you can find me. I'm also over on Start Playing, do a bunch of random stuff, but yeah, that's me.
And who are you playing?
I'm playing Ronio Manx, who is a tabaxi disaster.
Aren't they all?
Another one?
And speaking of Warlocks and Waffles, Junie.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm new here. How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
I'm Junie Ruiz, and I am Hunter's minion on Warlocks and Waffles, the only TTRPG morning show. I looked for one, found the only one, and now I am it. I am there. I'm a very nerdy dad on all social medias. I have the accounts. Whether or not I use them, I'm just always Warlocks and Waffles. Hunter doesn't. I mean, this is a closet. I'm in a closet. Hunter doesn't usually let me out unless he asks, whatever. But
You've been
today,
kidnapped.
I don't want to say the thing because he said I'm not. He messaged me and said I'm not allowed.
Done.
He told me I'm not. Yes. But today I am playing Jerry.
Jerry.
That's. I am a cook. I'm the owner, operator, head spoon for Nana's house. and I have to leave. I have to close up shop. I don't trust anybody with that place to do what we're about to do. But Jerry is very passionate about what we're going to do because I need berries.
I could have read the words Nana's house 1,000 times and never would have thought to put as much stank on it as you did when you said it.
I didn't even do it in
Nana's
character
house.
voice. That's just how it's like you read it you read it in caps.
Oh man.
That's funny. Next up, we've got Alyssa.
Hey everyone, I'm Alyssa. You can. I don't have a podcast. Full stop of any kind. I am just an artist to the end. Here playing with everybody else here tonight, and that's awesome. You can find me on Instagram at AlyssaB_illustrations. And my character, and I feel like I didn't get silly enough with this, so I'd like to apologize in advance, given everything else that's going on here already.
Wait till you hear what they are. Continue.
I've got a fire salamander lizard folk called Ixen Astra, which means firefly, and their little moniker is Ix. And they are a Circle of Spores druids, so lots of fungus will be happening tonight. The end.
Because we're fun guys.
I didn't get silly enough with this character. Anyway, I'm playing a fire lizard who does mushroom magic.
Fire salamander.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That.
Salamanders is different than lizards.
Yeah, they're
amphibious.
Some lizards
Jerry.
are amphibians.
They breathe in their
some
skin.
amphibians are lizards.
I am a dude named Jerry. You're up there.
Artemis, who are you, and tell us about your ridiculous character.
Yeah, I'm Artemis, and I'm the social media manager, content coordinator for the Vactaire, Affy's personal assistant, resident group mom.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm responsible for this madness tonight, so we're doing great. And yeah, I'm playing Orinori. She is brass dragonborn. She's a Drake warden.
I thought you were copper.
It's great.
I wrote copper everywhere.
They're the same color.
Oh, the entire night
they're
is
not
ruined.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, you're right. I am copper. That's right. I changed it at the last minute. I'm copper dragonborn.
It's not the same.
No,
I looked
It's
it
all
up.
the same.
Off
Metals
to a
is
great
metals.
start. Off to a great start.
Some brass is copper, some copper is brass.
It's
it's fine.
and I'm Affy the DM. I'm not DMing tonight because I'm lazy. You can find me everywhere on the Vactaire social media, Vactaire TTV, across social platforms, or Affy the DM with a bunch of underscores and shit. But just message me on the Vactaire, and Artemis will tell me to reply because I never look at it. That's why I'm
That's
personal
very
assistant.
true.
And I'm playing CC Toddle Noodle tonight. And, she's a little gnome lady. She's got, bit of an attitude. Usually got a bruise. She got a couple scars on her face. She don't take no shit. And most likely, if you met her, she probably punched you in the dick.
Or headbutted you in the dick.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna be relying on you because has anybody ever heard anybody do an accent and accidentally shift to it?
It's called ADHD. Yeah.
Well,
Bree and I do that to each other all the time.
we didn't practice this, but you're real close to where I was going for Jerry.
shit.
So you're my baseline. Where if I stray too far, I'm be like, no. Where's the toodle noodle at? Like, hold on, I gotta go a little to the left and a little to the right.
I even said it's Toddle Noddle.
Toddle noddle.
But I feel like
that's how you say it with the accent.
The
but,
people who really like her call her Toodle Noodle.
Junie, this is how Junie talks. Toodle noodle.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Jimmy?
Toddle noddle.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Come on, Jer. Let's go.
Or,
Oh boy.
Come on, before I punch you in the dick.
Oh.
Oh, we're off
That's
to a
an
great start.
invitation if I've ever heard one.
right now,
This makes me very
there's some grandmas somewhere going, it's just like, this one's promising.
She's talking about your dick a lot. I'm just saying, Jerry. You better make an honest woman
just
out of her
sitting-
before you
sitting in
ever
the
let her
living
do
room.
that.
sitting in the living room with this up on a TV, and she's like,
Dennis, get in here. They're talking about the dicks again. They're only 5 minutes into the show.
Just wait until we get to the thought jokes, too.
oh my goodness.
This is the party chemistry that I needed for a level 12 party. Y'all have been
what are we doing?
Y'all have been through some shit together, so this is good. Please.
I feel like at one point Cece was like, I don't want to adventure anymore. I'm gonna go work with Jay, and totally burnt everything that she worked on.
You showed up, you burnt everything, and then he closed down the day after, and it was like, I gotta go do this thing. You coming? You coming? Or what?
Yeah, I need to punch something real bad.
Stay away from my dick.
That tracks. You had one day of customer service experience and afterwards needed to punch something.
I mean...
Customer service just does something to
It
you.
ain't wrong.
I don't know what happens outside the kitchen because I'm the owner-operator, but, like, I stay behind the kitchen, so I don't know what happened out there. Like, I pay other people for that crap.
Who's
So
your
I don't know how
waitstaff
it
manager?
I don't know.
They
Something.
must be a powerful person.
I guess. I don't know. They were there
quit
before
after
me.
that first day.
Yeah, sorry, we're
sound
not
checked.
going to do your adventure, Cedar. We're just going to have a restaurant simulator game. We're all going to work at the restaurant.
I'm fucking here for it. Okay.
I'm kidding.
I'll allow it.
Oh, you think you have control over the situation? That's so adorable.
I got some fucking changes to the menu. All right.
Where's my
shit.
clown?
I can
where's
pivot
my
Romeo
fucking
to
clown
big
nose?
line cook energy real quick.
Where's my clown nose? I put it in here.
You made little
yesterday.
slices. You need little squares. With the arrow. What the fuck are with the little squares?
I said dice, not chop.
I don't use fancy words like that
It's
shit.
brunoise. Come on. Even I know that.
You idiot!
said-
you need to
he
put
said
it in
dice.
Moron, you
He said
absolute idiot
diced.
sandwich.
He said diced, and I said I don't use fancy words like that. It was just.
But you know what brunoise is. That's the funny part.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited.
Cedar's like, I need alcohol for this nonsense.
I'm sorry. Okay.
It's been a really long day.
That was when the campaign went off the rails.
All right.
All you, Cedar, now that we've got the ridiculous out for now. Until you let us go again.
Are you sure?
No.
We're playing Quiplash or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Oh,
That's what Quiplash.tv.
Really good cup
Yeah.
of tea.
What's the room code?
6969.
Cedar, you just gotta jump in.
Nice.
We're gonna
nice.
keep going unless you stop us.
Please take the
Bam,
reins.
bam.
Somebody
Oh, now
stop
you're
us.
begging me. All right. Welcome, players. Affy, Artemis, Alyssa, Hunter, Junie. Very pleasant to meet you, my friend. Thank you for showing your guns the first time I met you.
I did it for you when I cut this blouse up. I was like, they better
You had me
appreciate
in
this.
mind. I very much appreciate it. Anyway, but welcome. And welcome, chat, to the Hallowed Holler. I hope you're all comfortable and having a hot beverage if the night is cold, safe and warm, tucked into your homes on this sacred evening. Remember, chat, you may be spectators, but you too have the power to influence this story. With your platinum pieces, those are your channel points, you can help or hinder the party tonight. We shall see if you are kind, neutral, or cruel gods. Sometimes the latter two mean the same thing, but that's neither here nor there. Whatever the case may be, our heroes may be facing a potential total party wipeout tonight, amidst the blood and violence that they may soon come to know very dearly. So yes, our story tonight will contain content that is not suitable for all audiences. So viewer and listener discretion is advised. It was all idle talk at first, something one of you perhaps heard in passing at a market further south, at a produce stand of all places. This is all I'm going to be able to get from Lingonstätt this year, so get it now. And a couple of weeks later, in a different city, one of you heard it again, but this time at a tavern. No, Bastion. So I was able to get this season. Gonna wait till winter to break open that cask from Lingonstätt. It'll taste that much sweeter. So amidst your adventures that summer, you may have heard similar woes in other places. A lack of jam preserves from Lingonstätt for tarts and hand pies in a bakery over in Otterhaven. A shortage of Lingonstätt stock at a wine distillery in Asothamar. No lingonberries for waffles, muffins, or stuffed crepes at the famous breakfast eatery in Gerblintown. Any of you who had the presence of mind to ask why Lingonstätt was not exporting as much as it apparently did usually got mixed responses. Not enough rain. Too much rain. Not enough workers. Who wants to work anymore? Nobody wants to work anymore. Who fucking knows? Why the fuck you asking me? So whether or not you meant to, you find yourselves up north as autumn begins to settle upon the area. In a small city by the name of Vargwood, at the lowest point of the Heathland Gap, you find yourselves. The trees all over these mountains and these forests and these woods are turning. Oranges, reds, yellows, bright fire upon the horizon as the sun rises, setting a flame, kindling that once on over and over and over again, every morning as the mountains slowly become barer and barer, leaving only the coniferous trees, the pines. Here in Vargwood, whether or not some of you were looking for this information remains to be seen. Somehow, one of you heard of somebody talking about a missive that they received at the... What's it called? The place, Affy, where the ravens go to bring messages and such. What's that thing called? The roost? Or
a rookery?
A rookery. Thank you.
Sorry, I was muted.
That's okay. That's okay. You're perfect.
I love that we're in a group of people that multiple people in this call knew what that exact word was.
Rookery!
Yeah.
10 points! At the rookery, a missive was received, seemingly making very little sense, or perhaps something that was a throwaway. Whether or not it was serious, you maybe sought this after this information. Which of you went to find this missive from Lingonstätt?
Look, Jerry, I'll go look, but, there ain't been a delivery in weeks.
How the fuck am I supposed to make this pie?
Months,
I don't know.
Actually.
Sticks?
Months. Very well. When you get to the rookery, you find the missive. Oh my fucking god, that was the best. I need that feature. I need that so bad.
I have a foot pedal for this.
I need
Oh my god.
I want a wah-wah. I need like a wah-wah pedal. That's great. Oh man, the things you can do with technology nowadays. Anywho. You go to the rookery and you find this tossed missive, this small letter filed under miscellaneous, because there was no sender exactly, no recipient, but it came from a raven that was tagged from Lingonstätt. You read this after perhaps persuading or intimidating the one who runs the rookery. You read this missive, and seemingly either very poor handwriting or written in the hand of a child. Da says we can't get berries no more. The traders don't really come to the Holler no more. But the woods are scary. Can you send help?
I toddle back to Nana's. And
Nana's ain't there. Nana's is further south.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're up north.
Unless Nana's house
expanding.
is a chain.
Can Nana's be just a
chain restaurant,
like a caravan wagon, like a food truck, but it's a covered wagon?
You can't
like a Vardo.
I'm imagining the Hunter. We've done this before, where there's a flagship Nana's, right, and there's more than one Nana's, but the kitchen
It's a franchise.
always leads to the same kitchen.
Yes,
I'm always at the one Nana's. But that's why I never sleep, because I'm working all the Nanas. Every Nanas is like, it's open somewhere. It's just like, I went to sleep at 12:30. I gotta be up at 1, and then I gotta go back into the kitchen.
Time zones, daylight savings time, morning rush, closing crew, early bird special,
daylight savings time, midnight savings time, moon savings time. I'm tired of it.
Now that you have closed Nana's house
because of the fire.
The flagship is closed
for remodeling for the fire damage and the water damage.
Does that mean all the other Nana's houses are closed?
I guess that I just would imagine like there's a voice in the back of my head that's just there. It's just like, you can use a break. It's okay. Take the time and just work on yourself. You don't sleep enough.
Let's say that Nana's house is in Otterhaven, the bakery and eatery that has been lacking in some of their most scrummy treats lately. Very well.
Well, I toddle back either way. And I got the missive in my hand. I saw some kid said there's no berries, and they want help. But, maybe they can pay you in berries.
You're telling me that there's a kid out there that hasn't eaten enough? There's not enough berries?
That's what I'm getting, yeah.
I would just stare out a window for way too long. Like, whatever amount of time, like, the one amount of time where you would go, hey, are you okay? Like, you're just
kind of, like, go over and, like, on the windowsill and look out, like
it's just whatever's out there. It could be somebody walking by. It's, hey, Jerry, it's just staring into
pounds his fist into the wall and just sits there like this.
Yank on his apron.
There's a baby out there not eating enough.
So this is the mom friend. This is the mom of the group.
Thank God I don't have to do it tonight.
I'm not the mom of the group. I just like Jerry because he feeds me.
I pointed down to Jerry.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at me, because on my screen, you're pointing at me.
I was doing it for the stream.
They're pointing into nobody.
That's what I mean on the stream, you were pointing at me.
I'm here.
Very well. While the two of you are there, Jerry, you having a small existential crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're probably cold, too.
Cece, you bearing witness to it and possibly allowing so much patience that you normally don't allow.
He feeds me. He gets all the patience that he needs.
I'm loyal. If you feed me, I will never leave you because I need the food.
Also, I'm too fat to move.
Ori, what are you doing while this is going down? And are you alone?
I imagine... Of course not. I've got Mirik with me.
You're all probably... That's true. You're all probably... or something like that together. Who's Mirik?
So Mirik is my Drake mount and my loyal buddy. He's just a little guy. He's huge, but he's just a little guy. He's big enough to, carry a fully grown dragonborn. And we probably just got into town from some weird hunting trip that we went on. Like, we told the crew that we were going to be out of town for a few days. And it ended up being like 3 weeks. But that's normal. Just roll up.
Okay. Ix.
I'm heading to the bakery because my favorite pie is usually there. It's a thistlewood puree pie made out of the bark of some of the trees there. But the bakery's closed.
See, I told you sticks would go off well.
What happened, you guys? Do you have my pie?
If somebody's at my door asking for food, I will usher you in and sit you down at a table, and then I would start stress cooking. You would just see
stress cooking at a tavern that you don't own in a city that you're not from.
I would look at whoever is in a kitchen and then just give them the eyes of, I fucking belong here.
Oh my God!
And
he's Gordon Ramsay.
I've worked in a lot of kitchens.
To stop me from doing something in a kitchen.
I've worked in a lot of kitchens. If somebody who looks like they know what they're doing walks in and just starts doing the work, I'm not questioning that.
All right. So Jerry, you're cooking.
I start. I would be. I thought we were still at Nana's for a second. That's why I reflexively did it. But then I was like, no, I don't think that would stop me.
We can do a little bit of that. This is like how you met and stuff like that. We brought you on this journey and whatnot. So what is Ronio up to?
I think Ronio. We're in like
you're
a
in
somewhat
Bardwood.
decent sized town right now.
It is a small city at the lower crest of the Heathland Gap, where Lingonstätt is supposedly residing.
Is there a tavern here that would be like a rowdy, rambunctious tavern?
So something a little less fancy than the one you're staying in currently?
Where are we staying currently?
I was just sleeping in Jazz Wagon.
I keep hearing music and I'm like, what? Hello?
There's a little bit of music occasionally, and I was just like it's like punctuated, like doo-doo.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, hello? Who are you? Yeah, let's call it Brook Hollow.
Okay. What's the vibe in Brook Hollow?
The sign above the door is written in very curly script.
Nah, I'm looking for somewhere that, like, is there a tavern here that, like, if somebody punches a hole in the wall during the night, they don't really care because it's just another hole in the wall?
Yeah, that would be the Shaved Roach.
Yeah.
The sign's hanging off.
I am passed out on the roof of the Shaved Roach, like one arm just kind of like hanging off the edge of it, just like fully enjoying sleeping off my morning, in the
like a panther, like.
Yeah, like Bagheera in the Jungle Book, where he's just like on the branch with like one leg hanging off the side of it. That's Ronio just passed out on the roof. And I think this is like, if we've been traveling together for a little bit, this is absolutely a place where the party would know where to find me.
They 1000%. They ask where's the stinkiest, rowdiest bar in town, and immediately they're pointed to the Shaved Roach. Jerry, you've just read this. Oh, it's coming from Affy. Got it. You've just received this missive and you're talking this over with Cece. You've just found out that the child out there apparently might be going hungry, and you're about pretty much all the way through your existential crisis. What is your decision to do?
Well, I know that part of the missive was like a shipment and wanting like to get the export too, and then it was punctuated by a potentially starving child.
Do you read it, or do you just take that at face value at the summary that CC gave you, which is not, as a DM, not correct?
Oh no,
but,
yeah. If I was told that there was a kid and there's no bear, like I would have like selectively heard. There's a kid, they're hungry, they're probably cold, they need your help. You should make them a stew or something. Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, I'd fill in the gaps where needed.
Mom mode activated.
Yeah. And I would immediately, if there's fire damage and we need to remodel anyway, it's like, it's like when a Denny's gets upgraded and it's just like, well, we'll put in booths and shit and we'll just let that go.
You definitely probably have a Nana's house chain, one of the Nana's houses chain in Vargwood, where you are right now, which is probably, I'm not even sure if maybe that's the first time you met Ix, or maybe you've met Ix otherwise. But sure, yes. So you're gonna round up your party.
At a Nana's house, I fed them at some point, and so.
And just whenever they're traveling, it's like, oh, another Nana's house.
I will say it was already established that Nana's house has a shared kitchen.
Yes.
Amongst
interdimensional kitchen,
which means that if a fire broke out in the kitchen, it would spread to every location of Nana's house.
I don't imagine it was the kitchen. I imagine the fire started outside the kitchen and destroyed the place from the outside.
It was one drink. You're supposed to set it on fire. The bar was covered in liquor. How was I to know?
A poor choice.
The camera flashes back to Cece with the then bartender smoking some Valaweed or Valashan weed or something, or dipping it into their teeth or something, because it's mushrooms technically. They could make mushroom tea, and they say, "You think it's gonna catch on fire, Cece?"
Yeah, probably. We should probably help it along.
Do it. If it goes too high, I'll pee on it. It's fine.
Strike a tinderbox and sparks go everywhere, and then.
Yeah, I just imagine in the kitchen, it's me stir frying something, talking to nothing. It's just listen, I know you never served alcohol in the place before, but we got to get with the times. Everybody else has got booze, so we should have them too. Why not? It'll be fine. Don't worry. You worry too much.
That much of a learning curve.
You worry too much. It's fine.
It can't possibly be that much of a learning.
The camera pans around to be in front of him, so it's looking over his shoulder, and you through the window into the dining room.
It's running and create water spells and control fire and.
It'll be fine. It's fine. It's still a family place. It's still a family place.
Besides, it's just mimosas and hot liquor.
All right, the camera pans back to the present. Jerry, you round up your crew?
Yeah. We're eating a meal. We got
what have you prepared for your meat for your party?
Manticore meatloaf muffins. And we have chimera mac and cheese. And that's what I say as I put them down. I give no explanation unless somebody asks, but it's they look like meaty muffins and just a multi-cheese mac and cheese. That's what gets put in front of you. The brown nice crispness on top of the cheese, and whether I don't know why, but for me I'd be down with a meatloaf muffin. I don't know why. But just a tiny little meatloaf. It's just a
pie, but cakey.
Yeah.
Meatloaf in a muffin tin is a fantastic decision.
Did you use a pastry?
Everybody gets an end piece.
He would. I had a friend who would take a piece of bacon and put it around the edge of the thing, and then you put the meat down into it, and then it bakes into the little stuff, and then you pull them out and you ice them with the ketchup-y
mashed potatoes.
Put some mashed
Even
potatoes
better,
you all receive 8
cheese
temporary hit points from these delicious things that Jerry has cooked for you.
I presume they are actually made from the monsters indicated and devour as much as I possibly can. Excellent. More than a gnome should be able to put away.
Do you just do it or assume? That's the part I want to know.
Okay. And I just go with it, and I assume that I am eating monsters.
Very well. We find your party making your way quickly at the behest of Jerry, who is
There's a starving kid out there. Their siblings, cold, huddled together in the living room. One scarf between all of them.
One kid
who has the brain cell to ask for a map or directions.
Or
no, you're not the mom.
No, but she's also a tracker and knows that they're going to need a map.
Very well, I'll allow it. It's true. I need a sombrero. Anyway.
I shouldn't have had that 4th plate of mac and cheese. Oh.
Cece's gonna shit everywhere. Anyway, so you are following a map. How many people did you ask anybody for directions, or anybody about the map or anything like that?
Yeah, I would ask directions to the where this bird came from, and where we're headed and stuff like that, what maybe to expect on the road.
It came from Lingonstätt. It's over on the crest of Heathland Gap.
I thought that no one was going in or out of there.
Who the fuck told you that?
I mean, we've been hearing rumors about that for a while now.
I mean, nothing is exported out of there. Not anymore. I mean, people don't really go in there that much often. It's the Heathland Gap. Duh.
Right, so that's where I'm going.
Alright. There's your map.
Anything that I should need to know on the way there? I've got friends that are coming along, so...
How many in your party, I guess?
5 altogether, and Mirik, and I point at Mirik, who, like, basically acts just like Toothless, when Toothless is just, like, chilling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, woods is kind of spooky at night.
Any particular reason why?
I mean, for one thing, it's getting close to, it's like getting close to the All Hallows. So, like, the veil's thin, like it always is, like, everywhere. So things is already getting all naturally weird and stuff. So, but the Heathland Gap is, like, aside from being filled with all kinds of plants of the heather variety, it's also the gap. So it's kind of spooky. And there's some weird shit that goes on in there sometimes. And I don't know. I mean, there's centaurs in there, but they're usually pretty chill. There's the folks at Lingonstätt, nice guys. They got the distillery over there. It's kind of small, but now I'm starting to sound like Jerry.
It's. I told you.
We're gonna be trading accents
easy,
all night. It's fine.
starting to sound like that. Anyway, so yeah, what else do you want to know?
How's the road this time of year usually?
Well, you're gonna lose the road when you get over the crest, like the second crest. It becomes the whole time in there. It's like a gravel kind of dealy and kind of like a worn path. But then you lose it over the lowlands after the crest. So you gotta like navigate yourself to find the trail again down as you crest down further into lowland, and then back up after that you catch the trail. Otherwise, don't stray from the trail. Don't stray from the trail. That's just stupid.
Good to know. Thank you.
Can I help you with anything else? There's a line forming behind you, honey.
No, I think I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, bless your heart.
Is there actually a line forming behind them? Or
there's one like little ancient old gnome lady
that Mirik is like standing over, looking absolutely terrifying, but then just like licks their side of their face.
What's the shit? You getting fresh with me, sonny? No. Back off.
Smacks him with a cane.
She smacks him with her purse. Stop that. Getting fresh with me.
Bad puppy.
I'll show you something. I know Taekwondo.
Mirik is just kind of like he wiggles his nose a little bit. Come on, Mirik, let's go. We got to find the others.
Finally. You meet up. Do you have a means of transportation?
Yeah, we got Jess wagon.
Cool. You set off. Who is directing this party?
I guess I am, because I have fairly good skills in tracking.
Who's riding shotgun with you?
Well, I guess Mirik could carry 2.
Oh, you're just are you just floating over the top and kind of directing, and they just follow the little black dot in the sky?
No, Mirik is a drake, so he doesn't fly, he just walks. He's like a horse, but a dragon.
A scaly horse, right? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Scale puppy. Love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Slippery horse.
He's like a very big, scaly horse.
Okay. So you're riding your scaly horse.
I feel like Ronio always has his stuff with him. He's very very low maintenance. And so Ronio is probably still on the roof of the shaved roach.
We just like grab you as we go
just,
by.
like, as you go past, you'll just like grab him and pull him into the wagon. No point in getting him up and having him like potentially cause problems as you're trying to pack everything up.
Oh, thank God he's asleep.
You'll just grab him on the way out.
All right.
Don't worry, I got it.
Make a survival check.
30-20.
Nice.
Very well.
On here.
You make your way out of the city of Vargwood, and you enter a fairly lush forest. This forest is filled with moss, and there are still some lingering moths, like M-O-T-H. I just realized I said moss and moths at the in the same sentence, so that may not have made a whole lot of sense. But there are some lingering bees that you wonder if they're confused, because it's getting pretty chilly at night these days, especially up north here as autumn settles. But the forest is calm. There's the occasional snap of twigs and things moving through the brush. Nothing overly threatening. You feel lighthearted, in fact. As you pass out of the forest surrounding Vargwood, the small city you were just in, and also the home of one of the chains of Nana's house, let us take a moment here and pan upward. We see as the audience the Vardo, Jerry?
The what?
The food cart?
Sure, yeah.
Is it a covered cart? Or is it like a roof, like a tiny house on wheels?
It's like, I think we probably would have gutted like whatever mobile food truck version that we use for festivals. And using that. Yeah.
Excellent. I'll say it's bigger on the inside.
Yeah. That's the
pulling
storage.
Is Mirik pulling it?
Or I wasn't sure if it was that or if it would be oh goodness, what would it be? Because I
it wouldn't be Mirik,
just
because...
a really old ox.
That's very
It's incredibly, like, impossibly old. It's just like, how is it doing that?
He's fast. He's a fast ox, but he's old.
It wouldn't be Mirik because I like to scout, so me and Mirik would be out ahead a little ways.
It drives itself. It's a magic coach. It just rolls on its own.
I'm a gnome. I can tinker.
On the front.
All right, it used to have an old ox, and then you tinkered with it, but I definitely didn't like that. I don't do technology.
We used to have an old ox that pulled it. Then you tinkered with it, which put the ox out of a job. But the ox isn't dead, and it is still driving with us, and is like just in the back of the wagon now. He has his own little cart that is attached to the back of the wagon.
This ox has been a part of the family since I was a kid, and been pulling this cart for generations.
It's a convoy now.
It's not gonna die. I'm not gonna put it out. No.
What's the ox's name?
Huh?
What's the ox's name?
Also Jerry. I was named after the ox.
So that Jerry with a G or Jerry with a J as well?
Also Jerry. That's the first Jerry.
So you're Jerry the second.
Semantics.
You're
Whatever.
Jerry the second.
Jerry Jr.
It's Jerry with an I-E
It's not my
at the end.
father. I'm not his son.
Your hero forge is pretty hairy.
Jerry Oxson.
Your daddy was a Minotaur, wasn't he?
All right. I don't like where this is going. This is going to take a left turn that I was not prepared for.
It takes perhaps, let's say after you pass out of the Vargwood, we see the Vardo we see the wagon traveling across these, the lowlands that slow rises and some plain and some like meadows and whatnot before you come to the crest of the gap, which just breaks into these enormous mountains, absolutely beautiful with all this fiery color, slowly starting to lose its leaves. The sun is at a harsher angle than it usually would be since it is autumn, and it is nearly blinding, but it is nice because it's so warm against this very crisp and chilly breeze. If any of you brought warmer weather gear, you might want to cold weather gear, you might want to maybe bundle up a little.
Everybody would be getting mittens at some point, or a knitted scarf.
Perfect.
I've been told that I could have a lot of shenanigans in my bag of holding, so it would be this big. It'd be this big as you hear. It smells like hard candies, but everybody would be like, "Look, you."
Is it the strawberry hard candies?
I'll never tell. And then you just constantly like a scarf. If I even gain the inkling that your ass might be cold, it's a fucking scarf.
Me?
You might get more than one. I'm a
little heater. What are you talking about?
And just take another fucking scarf.
Oh yeah.
There's
you
hear some
mittens and shit.
Just you hear some movement on like the top of the wagon because Ronio is still asleep, but he's just on the top of the wagon now,
covered in scarves and gloves and shit.
You just hear some movement, and then Ronio just kind of like swings in through the back of the wagon. He's just like, "So, it's like it's nowhere near as like warm as it was. So like, anybody see my bug?"
Yeah, it's in here. We didn't want it to fall off the top of the wagon.
Did we just leave it? Are we hunting
pulling off of a rafter in the road? Just starts like pulling.
Delete all your equipment from the sheet.
Weather gear out of the.
There's a lot of drugs in there.
There's a lot of drugs in there.
So many drugs.
There's a lot of drugs in there.
Look, it's a kitchen. Drugs are expected.
Yeah, he's got line cook energy. He just starts pulling like cold weather gear out of his bag and pulling it on. It's just like giant collar, long like fur-lined trench coat type of thing.
Do you stop for lunch or do you do a rolling lunch?
I just assume Jerry just kind of goes into the back and starts cooking while we're driving.
I believe that everybody would almost perpetually be being fed. Like if. When's the last time you ate?
Small courses.
When's the last time? Hold on, you look hungry.
God.
You haven't eaten, and then it's just
like I ate 20 minutes ago. Who's driving it?
I'm driving it. I tinkered it. I'm driving it.
Does it have a steering wheel? Does it have like a?
It has a controlling mechanism in the front.
Yeah, it's just like it's a big wheel. I made it for Jerry.
I don't believe like in a bicycle. I don't believe in that spooky technology bullshit.
But it's like one of those big.
Ox. We had Jerry the ox that pulled this, and you wanted to make it move by itself. I'll give you your medicine in a second. All right, hold on.
This thing used to drive based on the ox cords, and now we're dealing with these ox cords, and I don't like it. I don't like the switch.
Look, Jerry was getting old, and I didn't want him to break a hip. Right?
It would have healed the same way it did the other times. This ox has broken more hips than swing music. Damn it! All right.
Actually has 8 legs.
I don't even know what's keeping this damn thing alive anymore, but it would have been fine. First, you try to take my damn whisk with an egg beater. Nah. And then my cart, all right? Like,
what are you talking about?
Jerry, I will get you the ointment in a damn second.
The whisk was just like a whisked ball inside of a regular whisk. It was to make it more efficient for you to like do the whipping.
Since you're having this conversation, I'm going to have to ask you to make some sort of a check. You're going to have to make some sort of a check there, Cece, while you're having this argument in order to maintain control of this wagon.
Okay.
Because I don't imagine that you argue very in a still manner.
No, so like
on my end.
The steering wheel, it was made for a man of Jerry's size, and I am not Jerry sized. So while I'm holding it, it looks like a kid on the fire truck.
You have a booster
driving.
seat.
I have a booster seat.
A couple of phone books.
Yeah. And
they're very thin because there's no phones.
As we like really get into it, I like let go, stand up, and glare and point, and I'm like gesticulating at Jerry, like, look, the ox is gonna, like, and we have this whole argument while I'm not watching the road.
The cart.
You leave my damn ox out of this.
The cart, as the yelling and screaming is going on, the cart begins to tilt slightly and go over some bumps. Jerry, the first, moves in warning. The rest of, let's say, Jerry, you have the highest. Wait, who's got the highest passive perception?
It's me.
14.
I got a 14.
Passive
17.
perception?
Yeah.
Oh no, perception's 15.
Actually, you know what? You're right.
Insight is crazy.
Ori, you're outside on Mirik. You hear the yelling and the arguing, and you look over your shoulder just in time to see the wagon jump a stone, not being steered by anybody, and slip into the brush as you enter the tree line of the Heathland Gap.
Can Mirik and I like circle back around and like hip check the shit out of the wagon so it goes back on the path?
You did say you were farther ahead.
Yeah, about 40 feet or so ahead. 40, 50 feet.
Right?
Ronio is
What's
in the
Mirik's
wagon.
speed?
Ronio's in the wagon. He's just
That's
like,
a good question. Let me look.
Y'all, I don't want to like harsh anybody's vibe, but like those are trees, which are traditionally not great for like driving.
Where did you learn to drive like that?
You know, around
30 feet.
Sorry. You can't quite make it in time as the wagon jumps over the stones, slides through the mud, goes over drives completely over, because it's propelled automatically and magically technology-wise. Propels itself over some saplings, some small river birch saplings, maybe through a couple of birch saplings, and then finds a very quick stop against a very large pine tree.
Well,
I
those
guess we're camping
saplings
for
will
the
never
night.
grow the same way again.
Ronio just yells, "It's gonna blow!" and just throws himself out the back of the wagon, even though it's absolutely not.
It's
I would
still, and you throw yourself off the wagon.
Yeah,
I would also
just
do that
into
only
the tall
because
grass.
I don't understand how this shit works. So if he's saying that it's gonna blow, I would. Fuck! I knew it.
You have Jerry the First in your arm.
I throw the ox out first, like.
Wait,
Save
Ronio
yourself,
yeets
Jerry.
himself out the back door. Like,
Okay.
Mirik just yanks him out of the air and is like holding him by his shirt.
You all belly flop
I
out
don't. I'm
of
still
the...
inside. Like, what,
I'm talking
what do
about
you
the
mean,
ones
these two?
who did that. I'm talking about Ronio and Jerry the First. The three of you belly flop, do like a flying belly flop out of the back of the cart and land on solid ground. Seeing that you, I'm assuming that Ronio did it first. So Ronio, you belly flop onto this harsh ground on top of some broken saplings, getting a little poked in your rib cage and whatnot, and then all of a sudden you're being flattened by a gigantic ox, and then flattened again by Jerry, his not son.
Yeah. The ox is real light he's old and so emaciated. Like it really realistically shouldn't be pulling anything. So that's why I was able to hurl that shit because I'm not strong. Like
Ronio.
I'm okay, but I am a
Ronio,
solid man.
roll a d8, please.
I'm a solid man.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I probably weigh more than the fucking ox. Yeah.
A 1.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and you're having trouble breathing.
From under the ox, it's just,
I beg your pardon, madam, but get off.
Yo, I am.
You see, the rest of you all see, and Mirik catches up with everybody as well. You all see just this teeny tiny little tabaxi paw, like, rise up from underneath the ox, claw into the ground, and then another one. And then Ronio's head pops out.
just
8 oxen legs flailing in the sky now.
Very well. Are we? So I assume will camp be made here, or will you try to get the wagon out and back on the trail to go further?
I don't remember the last time I fed any of these ungrateful bastards. So
Literally,
I'd probably
like,
make
35
dinner.
minutes.
Eating.
Like,
I would probably be making dinner.
I'm so full.
You like Jerry
immediately set up like a camp and is like already
Jerry.
stoked.
I am making a DM decision here. You have a camp in a bag. You have a foldable campsite.
I just assumed I would be taking things out of a bag that would eventually make a kitchen.
Yeah. It's like one of those inflatable pontoons you open up and it's just like it's like a tent, a campfire, a cauldron, all that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do we as I don't know how metagaming people want to get. Do we think this is like a night before shenanigans? Like, because I have as my special type of bard, I can do like almost like I commune with my grannies that haunt my recipe cards, and I get like some special stuff. I can give us a hero's feast. So I mean, I can give us a real meal. If you guys, how hungry do you think we should be? Wait, what? Who said that? What?
Do you have the components for?
I assumed that this, when I inherited this, I inherited whatever the hell would let me do it. Now, could I do more than one of these? That's not fair. If I was like, oh, I could do a hero's feast every night. No, that's why I was like, I'll do one called one because. My bad. Technically, I should have cleared that. So yes, I apologize for that one.
No, like it sounds pretty reasonable, and also you're level 12. I don't give a fuck.
It's
How far are we from the city? Assuming we don't run into any more trees.
Well, you.
That's a pretty big assumption.
Well, you're barely inside. You're just inside the Heathland Gap.
Okay.
According to the map, you've got maybe another 6 hours of travel if you manage to stay on trail. Maybe somewhere between 4 to 5 hours you would estimate, given your expertise in difficult terrain and things like that. And also if you manage to find the next part of the trail again.
You know, all this questioning about my driving skills is a little offensive. It's because I'm a gnome in it.
I think it's because you hit the tree.
I didn't hit the tree. The carriage hit the tree. There's a difference.
The tree came out of nowhere.
Exactly.
I never saw it coming.
Who's on first watch?
Never see it coming. I'll take first watch.
By the way, for this feast, I would be putting a knife or a bowl in everybody's hands because this takes at least four people to do. It's literally like a cooking seance. That's what would be happening right now.
I'm gonna do y'all. It'd
be like, hey, now do that. Nah, she says you got to do it like this. I don't get it.
Cece's like, it's like I'm in the kitchen again.
Automatic writing for the recipes.
Do you need the tinderbox or anything? And I'm like already sparking it.
Tell me how give me an impression of one of the grannies judging your staff.
Oh, geez. Okay, yeah. It would be like a very ornate, what looks like a cookie tin, and I would always be opening it to consult like these cards that would like give a little bit like ooh every time I'd pull one out, and it'd have a wisp every time I'd be like, all right, yeah, and there would definitely be like, yeah, no, you're supposed to, yeah, that's right. Counterclockwise 3 times. Make sure your left foot's got most of your weight on there. And then we'd definitely hear like as I'm putting it back, it's just like, put your back into it. just like a very like, just light, and then put your back into it. It's a different voice every time. It's never the same granny.
But it's always telling you to put your back into it.
More often than not, it is a put your back into it. Like this generation doesn't know how to use their back.
Let's talk how swole Jerry is.
The core strength.
Yeah.
Fucking so much core strength.
Got some like trunk rotation going on here. Built like a tree.
I break my bowl by putting my back into it.
Broneo's just tenderizing meat by just
all right, what do you get? Just in
again.
Case the people in the chat don't know, what do you gain from Hero's Feast?
Yes, for Hero's Feast, we are going to get 2d8 health. No, is it 2d10? I think it's 2d10 health on top of whatever you got. So you would increase your like max HP.
Oh, 2d10. It's our max HP improves.
Yeah, your hit point maximum increases by 2d10. But also, you get a few other things. You gain you're cured of all diseases and poisons. So if you had something going on, you don't currently.
Romeo immediately looks better.
Yeah.
Yep. No more syphilis. No more drug addiction.
The alcohol's out of his system.
You become immune. You become immune to poison and being frightened.
No drinking then.
Man.
And you make all wisdom saving throws with advantage. This only lasts 24 hours. 24 hours.
Okay.
And that's that. So if we are more than a day away, well, that is what it is. 2d10.
2d and 10 separately, or do you roll it and it applies to everybody?
That I would say that's a DM call. I've seen it done both ways. So however you want it, me roll for them, or everybody rolls their own.
You roll it and we'll apply it to everybody, just for expediency's sake.
Yeah. I just clicked the button. Really good. 15.
Excellent.
15.
Everybody
Beautiful.
Add 15 to your max hit HP.
Amazing.
It is a lovely and delicious feast on quite a shoestring budget, if we might say, just because this is a foldable campsite and Jerry has produced an actual hero's feast. Well, several of you have actually produced a hero's feast. A lot of you are possibly tired from all of the putting your back into it, perhaps a little hurt by some of the things that Jerry very maybe not.
I got a cow thrown at me.
That did happen. That did happen.
Also, I don't know what was in that feast, but like, this is having no effect anymore, and I'm just chugging out of a bottle of alcohol and getting more and more frustrated by it, because I'm immune to poison now.
Jerry the First is like licking at the puddle of alcohol that is pooling at your feet. That doesn't make it into your mouth because you're just like pouring it down.
I think Jerry would also take part in the hero's feast, if I'm honest. We gotta feed him.
Oh yeah, this isn't the first
like
first or last
salad.
time. This is probably what's kept this ox alive. To be honest, like this is probably this thing is.
He just
defied defying the laws of nature. There's probably been some voodoo done to keep this thing going.
He leans himself over, and you hear the cracking of massive bones, creaking of lumbars, and he blinks his weary, crusty old eyes, and he sniffles and dips his very wet, very drippy snoot into the gravy bowl and just starts to.
Oh, I didn't get any gravy yet. Ugh.
Oh no, that's just his bowl. He drinks gravy.
Oh,
Here you go.
okay.
There's another bowl.
perfect,
It looks just same one.
Meal.
Hopefully I didn't mix it up this time, but he does just drink gravy. Oh, by the way, and then if you were to look at your drink, there is another gravy bowl that I would have put out for the Drake. And it's like, I didn't ask, but there would have been one specifically for the yeah, everybody gets gravy.
Cool. Who's got first watch, and how do we want to split up the watches? How many watches will we take?
When they were prepping the spell, I was tinkering on the wagon to get it unlatched. So tinkering and also brute force.
Okay, make a strength check, please.
Ronio
To dislodge the cart. Okay, both of you make a strength check, or either make a strength check at advantage, or roll, or you both roll.
I'll roll at advantage.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh man, 14. I got a 9 modifier. Or sorry, a 5 modifier.
I'm tempted to let you have it, but you're only 1 point away for that DC.
Well, how about if the Drake helps us?
Give it another shot. Or do you want the Drake to help you? And sure, you get it. Take the first couple of tries are no.
Shit again.
The first couple of tries are no goes, but eventually Mirik lifts her toothless little snoot out of her gravy bowl and just licks all around her entire face, much like a lizard does, and just goes over and just takes the back of your shirt into her little maw and just pulls, and the wagon is very suddenly freed, clunking over rocks, jumping into reverse quite quickly and unexpectedly. Mirik takes you by the shirt, has you by the shirt, throws you up into the driver's seat to pull the brakes on.
I got it. It's all good. Just some aesthetic
Before it
damage.
runs
She'll
over
fix
the hero's
it.
feet.
All right, first watch.
Yes, I am taking first watch.
Anybody else?
I'll take first watch too.
All right, both of you roll perception, or one of you at advantage.
My perception's okay. How's yours?
Game terms, please. Roleplay terms, please. Just for funnies.
I pick up on things pretty quick. Yeah.
I'm all right on it, but you guide the way.
I'll have a look around. With
At advantage?
A 7. 7, roll again.
You have advantage.
You have advantage.
Oh, Jesus. 13 that time.
Okay.
No, wait, 14. 14.
Okay.
Yep.
We're rolling so well.
So
We're gonna fucking die.
That one's going in dice jail now.
14
Okay.
perception. Okay. All right. CC. For no reason at all, I need you to roll me a D100, please.
Always a good sign.
Yeah, 48.
Oh, damn it. I don't...
Okay.
The
Now
worst
roll
one.
me a D6, please.
Oh, that's legitimately concerning.
5? Oh no.
If you ask for a D4, I'm leaving.
No. No. Okay. All right. As the rest of your party settles down, possibly feeling overstuffed from the hero's feast, you are quite content. Your belly's full, possibly distended. Mirik is snoring her little... Does Mirik snore? Little Drake snores?
Yeah. They sleep on their back, like little feet in the air, snoring. They've got like a little lightning bubble that comes out of their nose all the time when they snore.
It's like a nightlight. And
Yep.
Is it like one that you can put your paw on and it like goes to your paw? Is that kind of that
like
lightning?
Like the plasma ball.
Plasma
Yeah,
ball.
like-
All right.
Attracts all the local fireflies that are like
Yeah.
buzzing around it.
It's like
Every-
a fly zapper.
Yes. Occasionally just go.
That's great.
Occasionally there's just like a
Yep.
some light flashing as it like grows and deflates and grows and deflates. It's adorable. It's like its own light
Like a
source,
plasma ball.
flickering light. So yes, a plasma ball, but it dims and rises, a little bit. So that is some
party's
nice
nightlight.
ambiance with the fire, with the campfire around. You have the campfire going and you got your camp going on, and everything seems nice. It seems like home, Ix, almost. You can hear the crickets singing their songs, playing their strings. You can hear each other in off a nearby stream. You hear maybe of mosquitoes. And you hear a crackle of electricity as another moth has bitten the dust to the booger plasma ball. It's a quiet night. The sky is overcast, so the clouds have a bit of a dark gray with an undertone of light. Because the moon, while not yet completely full, for it is the eve of the All Hallows, still shines quite brightly. Things seem clear. Things seem quiet. Are you gonna... is there anything you'd like to do on your watch?
I'm just like keeping an eye out, but I'm fixing the front where we hit the tree.
Okay, make a...
Of the wagon.
Make a... would you like to make a sleight of hand or an arcana check?
Well, I have Tinker's tools.
Use your Tinker's tools and make it at advantage. Make your check at advantage. Whatever check you need to do your prepares. Your Tinker check.
Let me just double check what that actually is.
Maybe like a dexterity or...
What we use in Fixius is dexterity plus your proficiency bonus.
Because I have Tinker's tools, proficiency. Okay. So that would be basically a dex save. Hey, 22.
Cart. She looking fly. She looking mad fly though.
Before she hits the next tree.
Look, I've got experience in fixing these things.
You only hit your thumb once.
I am thoroughly impressed right now, really. I mean, yeah. Good job.
You? You sound a little condescending right now. Do we need to fight?
No.
Do we need to fight?
Do I look like a fighter to you? No.
Everybody's
I need to
a fighter at least
mushrooms.
once.
I've got a glow in the dark ink thing I'm working on. I'm just gonna go have a look for some mushrooms over here. Some of the bioluminescent ones. I heard there were some in these woods.
As you move away from the fire, X, to a little bit further into the tree line where you're camped, and you're looking for these bioluminescent mushrooms, and you quite suddenly realize how quiet it is. The crickets aren't chirping. The toads aren't yelling
strange
about sex.
Hmm.
Even the creek that flows nearby is fallen silent.
Hey, Cece!
As you turn to look over your shoulder back towards camp, and Cece, you hear the soft call of your friend, and you look towards the tree line.
Yeah, what?
It's really quiet except for your yelling.
Okay, so should I keep yelling, or do you want me to not yell anymore?
Make a perception check, Cece. And X, I'll ask a perception check from you as well.
Okay.
19.
Okay. X?
Okay, also 19, actually.
All right.
Yep.
The DC was lower for you, X, because Cece is next to the campfire, and there's light in camp. Cece.
Yeah.
As you squint into the darkness of the tree cover, you got some dark vision. You can see in tones of gray and white and black. And you see the faint outline of Ix, already kind of dark and slippery in the evening, because this is very much their territory. Slightly damp and mushrooms, and it's their cover, it's their home. But just beyond them, you see the silhouettes of the trees. And something just beyond those trees. Rising up out of the bushes. What seems like long stretching hands. Long, too long, curling upwards and around. And then a head at the bottom. And then a torso rising until perhaps it is almost 7 feet off the ground, and you can't see anything beneath the torso. Ix, as you look back to the campfire, to where Cece is, you see over her shoulder, standing over her, a centaur. What should be a centaur, wearing a skull on their head, with horribly long and pronged antlers. You see it raise what looks like a spear, and as it raises its arms to drive, it seems to grow taller, rising. You see, you hear, Cece, even you hear the wet cold sound of flesh tearing. And Ix, you see this centaur's human torso raise up over Cece's head. Ligaments of its spine severing in half, cracking, popping. The torso held to its body only by thin sinews, threads of its nervous system holding like its torso aloft like a terrifying, macabre balloon, somehow aloft above Cece.
Cece!
Roll initiative,
Ah, shit.
everybody. For those who are sleeping, I will have
4.
you make. I'll have you make. What is it? A passive perception or a no? You'll make
Perception
a perception check to see if you a disadvantage
if they're
you
asleep.
wake, to see if you wake.
I was
So,
yelling.
16.
That is
16
true.
here, Cedar.
Very well.
Rolled a net 20, so 26 for me.
You want to switch? I'm going to be shish kebabbed here in a minute.
I'm sorry, I missed what we're rolling for initiative before we're asleep.
You're gonna roll initiative, and when it's your turn, I will have you make a roll for perception at disadvantage to see if you wake up.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh my God, what the hell is your name? Jeez, it's Ori. Gods. All right,
18.
Alyssa got a 16. Ori got a 26. Ronio got an 18 for initiative. Jerry. the
22.
second. Jerry the second got a 22. What did Jerry the first get?
Oh Jesus.
What did Mirik get, please? Or does Mirik act on your
Mirik
initiative?
goes on my turn.
Okay, then I don't care.
Either a 17 or a 2 if we roll with disadvantage for being unspeakably old.
For initiative?
Yeah, I rolled a 17, but I was like, just out of curiosity, if he's really old and disadvantage, it was a 2. So it's either a 17 or a 2 if we're going. He's too
Let's
old.
go. Let's go with a 2. That makes sense.
He's old and also an ox.
Old Jerry.
He's like.
Well, oxes have stats. Who am I missing here? What the hell? Ix, Ori, Ronio, Jerry, and Cece, please.
Yeah, 4.
Oh, buddy.
I rolled a 4.
You've been rolling so well the last couple of days.
All right.
Just frozen in fear as you see this.
Over. You don't see it behind you, but you did hear it, so you know that something.
It's just the
is
shadow.
It's
Oh,
just a
shit.
shadow.
It's
I do have
behind
to
me,
say,
innit?
Cedar, terrifying macabre
Yep.
balloon is a fantastic band name.
Mhm.
That is pretty good.
Very, very into it.
Thank you. Thank you. Just double checking an initiative here. That's your dex. Okay. Very
The
well.
hell, it deleted all of my freaking.
What
Well,
happened?
while you're getting that set up, I want everybody to know that I had a blanket that was on me, but I got warm, and so I took the blanket off and set it down on the floor. My dog came into the room, grabbed the blanket, pulled it a little ways away, and then has curled up on the blanket so that I can't have it back now.
Aww.
Well, that's not your
baby.
blanket
Little
anymore.
bastard.
I thought you were gonna say that Ronio threw the blanket off because Ronio was too warm, and then Jerry, like in his sleep, threw more
I would have
like-
thrown so many blankets. Yeah,
Bundled.
yeah,
Rodeo wakes up in
Yeah, what the
3
fuck you
different
doing?
sleeping bags.
yeah.
You're like a sausage.
Our
all right.
scaly horse would have had mittens on all 4 feet, like
Yep. On their horns.
Dragon
and
hat.
everything.
yeah, oh yeah.
All right.
He's got like a
Ori?
nose horn, so like you just put like a mitten on that.
Ori, I'm going to need a perception check at disadvantage. You are top of round. We're going into
Okay.
initiative, my friends.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited.
I can't believe you rolled these guys for the first encounter.
Mm. Now,
17.
wisdom checks are with advantage, so I mean, because we all ate
So
a roll.
that's a wisdom check, or is it wisdom based check?
Oh, I interpret it as wisdom based, but that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
To
You said
differentiate.
17.
Yep.
You start to come to in your bedroll to the shouting, and you see this sight as you're laying beside the campfire. You are at a slightly different angle. You see, perhaps you're still dreaming, a horse, but with no head. But no, a centaur with very long no, it's not a long torso. Oh, fuck. What do you do?
I'm gonna stand up.
Okay, it's half your movement.
And then how far is it from me?
I'll say that it's probably about 15 odd feet from you.
Cool. I take out my 2 swords and I run at it.
Hold on one moment. Does that count as a surprise round? Did they get surprise on you? Nah,
We
you guys rolled good enough for
perceived 'em.
perception. Yeah. Anyway, so you run at him.
Yep.
Do you make it there?
If he's
Half your
only
movement?
15,
Okay.
he's only 15 feet from me, then yeah.
Okay, have at.
Okay, so, and I am a dual wielder here, so I get to do 2 of these. Okay, so the first one is a 12.
A 12 to hit?
Yeah.
That misses.
Okay,
As you raise your scimitar, sorry, go ahead.
Second one is an 18.
An 18, that hits. Describe to me your first blow, how it misses, and your second blow, how it connects.
Well, the first one, I'm like running at where CC is, seeing this terrifying whatever this is, and like, you know how when you're like just sort of awake and you're trying to like run through your house and your eyes still haven't quite focused yet,
You got like crusty
and like
stuff.
you trip over the cat going down the hallway, like
pots,
that's basically
pots, kettles everywhere. The dirty dishes from last night.
Yep.
The Coleman
Like-
stove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that
Alright.
happens, and Mirik, like, she takes the first sword out and tries to swipe at it, and it misses. Second sword comes out, and that one connects, and it just like she swipes up with like an uppercut, and you can see that her, like her sword, she has 2 scimitars that she fights with.
Mm-hmm. So you cut. So your first swipe with your scimitars bounce off the side of this centaur spear. This terrifying, not centaur, whatever the fuck this is, as it turns towards you, and you just as you gash along the flank of its horse-like ribs. And I would like to try something new as a DM. Since you connected, tell me something that your character notices about this beast.
Oh shit, 10 candles is up in here.
Oh no.
It's vulnerable to fire. Just saying.
No.
Like when it turns to sort of like face me, it's almost like it like shifts or phases a little bit, and all of its like skin goes translucent. You can see all of its muscles.
Fuck.
That's cool.
Does that smell like strawberries? What the fuck?
This guy's wearing Axe body spray.
Oh my god.
Very well.
This guy's
What
cool
What
as
is
fuck.
Phoenix?
What does
Oh,
Mirik
man.
do?
Mirik, like the little lightning bubble like pops and he like flips over like a dog would, and he like stands up and shakes and like starts running after me.
Mhm.
And he's going to use his
Sorry, that was me sound, not a sound effect. I tried to yawn and burp at the same time. It was very weird.
he's gonna use his bite.
Oh, I thought Mirik was feminine. My apologies.
24 to hit.
He's a little guy. That hits. Wait, what was
Oh,
the
you
damage on your scimitar attack? I'm sorry.
6, sorry.
That's okay. All right.
So He's gonna take 7 piercing damage and 5 lightning damage.
Okay. All right. Mirik pounces forward, much like a reptilian feline. You're the party's favorite scale puppy. Does Mirik roar or screech? What kind of sounds does Mirik make when going into battle to protect those who are as important to him? The one who is most important to him.
I imagine he roars a bit like a tiger.
So like,
yeah.
Very well. Growling, spitting, leaps upon the flanks of this monstrosity and sinks his horrifying teeth, his needle-like fangs into its haunches, and this monstrosity centaur lets out a whooping screech of anger and pain, its skin flashing to invisibility and then back again, just a faint outline out of space and time as the torso turns completely around, incongruent to its body, spear lifted. All right. Jerry, please make a perception check at disadvantage.
Oop, that one's not good. That is a 5 on the die. So, a sleepy 10.
What would you call that, Affy? I need guidance here.
I mean,
There's
I
like
did
loudness
yell.
with the yelling and also the horrifying sound. I'll lower the DC. You wake up.
Okay. I just imagine.
In fact, let's just say everybody wakes up to that like horrifying whooping bugle of a screech, like an elk calling. It echoes across the mountains and into the trees.
I would just hear from my recipe box like the sounds of multiple voices angrily saying, like, informing me that something hasn't eaten enough and is just skin and bones somewhere nearby. And I'd be like, where? What? That's what happens when you don't eat enough. All right, hold on. And then I would get up, so half my movement. Grab a pot lid off a nearby pot, and just like, and I would mouth something, right? But I'm casting dissonant whispers. And what it would hear is the sound, a cacophony of multiple grandmas just asking it when's the last time it ate or that it's not eating enough. And it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, what's the DC?
19.
Okay. Failure. What are the conditions?
So it hears all these grannies. It's a discordant melody of grannies. It takes 3d6 damage. So
roll.
That's a 1, 4 altogether, 8 damage, psychic damage, and it has to immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me. It doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground, like a fire pit. And if it saves it, or if it can't, if it's deafened or doesn't rely on sound, that I guess won't work. But it does just move. So like if something was there and would take an attack of opportunity, like they would swing at it because it's just deciding to. It's dipping.
Is this the condition of frightened?
No, it is not. It just racks it in terrible pain, fails a saving throw, takes damage, and immediately has to use its reaction, if available, to move as far away as its speed allows from me. It's not a condition. And I checked the Hero's Feast thing. It's wisdom saving throws. It's not checks or anything like that. It's just saving throws specific.
Okay, thank you. Mirik and Ori make a opportunity attack. It's because as this monstrosity leaps far too long of leg, much like an antelope if you'd ever seen one, springing backwards away from the fire.
15 for Mirror, or for Ori, sorry.
Hit. Damage.
$10 damage. And then for Mirror, that's a 26.
Hit. Damage.
Um, 7 piercing and 9 lightning.
Okay. Jerry, as the grandmas hit this thing with a barrage of very well-intentioned chatter, you watch as it springs back with so fleet of foot that a horseman should not be able to move. Its torso following after its body, extended 5, 10, 15, the sinew stretching, its spine on either side, twisting and turning.
That's not right.
As the torso snaps back towards its body, moving away from them, taking these attacks from Mirik and Ori, scimitar and tooth and claw, fang, screeching, flashing, translucent in the night, the mask of the skull and the antlers still hiding its face. What do you notice about this creature?
I would say that it would react in it is not fear, but it is definitely like it hurts its head. It wouldn't understand it, so it would be like, confusion and trying to get away from it, and I don't want, maybe annoyance. Like I don't know how to interpret it since you can't really see the face, but it's not that it's afraid of it, but it's almost like it is upset by it, maybe, whatever it did, and then it got hit, obviously, but whether or not it noticed it came from me or just the world, like I messed with these guys and then voices attacked, but I would say maybe it like reacted surprised or more exaggerated, maybe.
It seemed to have
visceral reaction to grandmas,
an unexpected emotional response.
Yeah.
To this specific bout of elderly ladies long since past the veil, screeching in its head and its ears. Okay. Possible connection, maybe. Emotional.
And I think as a bonus action, is Bronio still asleep?
No, everybody's awake.
Everybody's awake.
But you can feel free to smack him.
Oh, I think I would. I think I would like it's just like, hey, like one of those like, hey, come on,
bang the spoon on the pot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bang. I have but that would also be me giving you a bardic inspiration to get up and get your ass up and do something.
Okay. Amazing. Take bardic inspiration when you need it.
Ronio like wakes up and looks over at this thing and he's like, oh shit, guys. It's my sleep paralysis demon and I'm awake.
Oh no. It is.
This is real, man. That's fucking real, bro.
It is the turn of the figure that stands behind Ix that Ix has yet to notice in the trees. As you watch your friends throw back their blankets and pounce upon this creature that intended harm towards Cece, you hear a rustling as the leaves of the tree above you kind of rattle. And you turn and look, and you see. You have dark vision?
I have a tattoo that allows it.
Yes.
So
remember you had a
shadow
dark
fell.
vision.
Yeah.
Shadow fell. So you see in color, right?
Good
or
question.
Is that
I don't know.
also
It just says dark
Gods,
vision.
I don't remember that
If it's dark vision, no. You see in gray. If it's devil's sight, you would see in color.
Very well.
Definitely not devil's sight, no.
You see these massive antlers reaching up far too long and curving like fingers like bone, following its way all the way down to a skull upon the head of a man, of a floating man's torso as the antlers tangle in the tree branches above. And you take. I guess you don't take. You see it. You see a. Make me a dexterity save, please.
Not 20.
Something tells you to move just in time, as what looks like a massive pitchfork comes towards you through the shadows. A curve, just a U-shaped curve on the end of a stick, comes at you, slams to the ground as you roll to one side, narrowly avoiding being caught by whatever this is. And you hear a snort of frustration and you hear chatter in the woods of a similar nature.
Nothing I'm used to hearing from back home.
Very well. This horrifying creature, the body raises up, hooves kicking at the air to stomp on you.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
1 second. I think so. Oh, no. My armor class is 17.
You narrowly throw your body to one side again, just in time. You smack into whatever the hell this thing is on the end of the stick that this thing is wielding as the body comes down, the hoof slamming into the leaf litter and the earth, spreading the smell of putrid decay as you feel flecks of blood splatter upon your face as the torso floats over you, adjacent to the body, still connected by these small webs of sinew, nerve endings, bone fragments, and its skin flashes. What do you notice about this?
Notice that along the tendrils and all of the rest of it, that there's an actual kind of mycelium network that also connects it, and that there are strange fungi that shouldn't be part of this thing. And I think that may be what's animating it, along with some magic, but I'm not really sure.
Don't do it. Not a second year in a row. Don't do it.
I didn't do it. That's kind of funny. Do you know about
Not every mushroom is poisonous.
I have trauma.
No. I don't.
I did it
from last year and just like, no.
I did had 2 characters die last year.
I did you know that zombie fungus that animates dead ants?
Yeah, the cordyceps.
Mm-hmm. I basically multiplied that by 1,000,000.
That's fantastic.
It was great. It was amazing.
It was great. We all died.
Cool. So strange fungal network along the nerve endings of this monstrosity. Exposed. Okay. Glowing, let's say, because you were looking for glowing mushrooms.
I was looking for bioluminescent mushrooms, so great.
There you go.
Well, there they are, right there.
All right.
There they are.
Look at that. Look at that. Look
Waiting
at that.
to be picked.
Ronio, you're up.
Ronio has this moment of like, oh no, like it's my sleep paralysis demon. You guys are fighting it. That's crazy. And then he kind of like sits up and he goes, "Ha," and like looks at himself and like picks up his hands and he's just like looks over at the creature and gets up and he's like, "Oh, dude, you're fucked. I'm not fucking paralyzed." And he's just going to rage and then leap at this thing.
Yeah, you do.
and is just going to swing his fist as hard as he can at this thing.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Let's do this. I'm freaking excited.
I can't hear the battle music, so I'm assuming it's really hardcore.
That is a 22 to hit with the first one.
Mm-hmm. Damage, please.
That is going to be...
And I'm assuming this is the one that you can see near the campfire?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is 13 points of damage.
Okay. Go ahead.
Second one is a nat 20.
Mm-hmm. Critical. Roll your double dice.
So that is a 3 on the die, so that's 6 plus 11, so 17. And I would like to drop a smite into that.
Okay. Mr. Multiclasser.
Just combining
is
words.
Is this thing a undead? It seems undead.
That would be rude. Why would you assume this?
Looking here. It is not undead.
Not an undead. Okay.
No.
The more you know.
You're gathering information.
That is 15 points of radiant damage. Or no, I'm sorry. 13 points of radiant damage.
13 points?
Yeah.
Okay. As you basically tenderize the meaty haunches of this horrifying sight, its flesh going translucent, spiderwebbing out, glowing bioluminescence along its nerve endings at every hit, as if your fist is what is causing the contact itself of your fists, causing the skin and flesh to become translucent for you to be able to see sinew, bone, muscle, and organs. What do you notice about this creature, this monstrosity?
I notice that in addition to like its creepiness, it's like that sound that it was making earlier, there's also this sort of like thumping sound, and it seems to be the heartbeat of this thing is just audible when you're standing next to it. And it's quickening. It just seems to be like getting a little bit more frantic.
Very well. Nice. Is that the end of your turn?
Let's see here. My bonus action was to go into a rage. I did my attacks. I am good. However, I am standing next to this thing. Anybody who attacks this thing, I am a wolf totem barbarian. So anybody who attacks it has advantage on the attack.
Advantage on the attack of the. Let's call this the first one, the number one at least. Horrifying centaur number 1. Okay, so advantage on attacks against as long as you are within range.
Oh, actually, there's one other thing. Because I had a critical. When I score a critical hit that deals slashing damage, which my unarmed strikes do as a tabaxi, I grievously wound it. And so until the start of my next turn, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls.
Okay.
Their speed is also reduced by 10 feet because I hit it.
Okay.
Their credit score goes down too.
Yep. How are they going to be able to afford a car?
Everything. It's everything.
As you land your critical hit in particular,
mm-hmm.
You're feeling supercharged. You're finally able to face this goddamn sleep paralysis demon that has been haunting you for as long as you can remember. All through those nights, those horrible, lonely nights, despite being surrounded by a bunch of people in the barracks that you were sent to by your parental units. Sleeping, hair shorn close, standing over you, staring, dripping dripping down upon you as you could only sit there and watch. And then in the temple, a holy place, yet still able to linger, still soundlessly hovering, as you cannot move, you're asleep, but you're not. And then, further on, no matter where you go, following you, but now you have a moment, and you seize your moment, and as you land that particularly hard blow, throwing all of your muscle and your core strength that you may have gained even further from working with Jerry all these weeks, you throw this punch, critical hit, hitting this thing right along the side of its torso's rib cage, sending it back 10, 15, 20 feet, and you hear an audible snap. And you feel a splash of viscous liquid strike across your face in a few lines. Cece, you feel it along your back. Anybody close by, you feel it. Mirek sees it. Ori sees it. Jerry sees it. Blood, dark, foaming, full of bubbles, thick, hot, and oozing blackness. A part of the blood, but together at the same time. Somehow, as the torso detaches from the body with an audible snap, 15 feet away from its body, still yet floats there. It picks its head up, holding its spear aloft, turning its enormous antlers towards you, its skull mask. You see these fearsome, glowing eyes, and you hear it give out an angry yell. And it levels its spear upon you. Ronio, your turn is over with. Ix, you are in the tree line. You are alone. You are underneath a torso and a body, caught between hooves and a stick with half a circle on it.
I didn't realize I was under it. I was going to call lightning, but I think I won't now.
Well, remember you managed to avoid the hooves attack as well as the jab from the Wrangler.
Okay. Good question.
This is only round one, baby. We're not over yet.
I'm going to cast blindness on it so it can't see what it's doing.
Okay. Is there a save for this?
Yep. It's Dex 16.
Dex 16?
Yeah.
For blindness?
Hold on, maybe 16? I'm in the wrong. I may be in the wrong spell. Hold on here. Yeah. Oh no, totally wrong. Constitution 16. Sorry, okay. I was in the wrong spell.
It's a dex save because they're just stabbing them in the eye.
Exactly. Whoops.
Okay, blindness.
I was going through items. Going through items that you can have, for like just random shit, and I found that there's a pouch of sand.
Yes,
so it's basically just pocket sand.
Literally, Athelstan has had pouches of sand. Have you not been paying attention? He's used it to try and find invisible creatures. Guys.
Grant one time you used a bottle of ink. So
I didn't have it because fucking who had my bag? It was the only thing I had. Anyway, so you said a DC 16 Constitution?
Con 16, yeah.
Okay. You feel your spell take hold.
Okay.
You do anything else?
Yes,
You are prone currently.
I'm going to use
You are under the condition of prone.
Which means what exactly? Like, I mean, I realize I'm on my back, but like in terms of my movement, how does that restrict me?
It would cost you half your movement to disengage the prone condition.
Okay, well, I'm not going to disengage it. I'm going to use one of my tattoos, actually. Yep, 1 second here. I have to find it, though, first. Where is it? Oh, probably in the inventory. Okay, so I'm going to use the Eldritch tattoo.
Mm-hmm. I love high-level campaigns.
Okay. So for the duration of my melee attack, so I need to, I guess, attack it from where I'm at. with an unarmed... Okay, melee attacks with a weapon or an unarmed strike can feet away from you as inky tendrils launch toward the target. In addition, your melee attack deals an extra 1d6 force damage on a hit.
Is this a bonus action?
Yeah, once used, this bonus action can't be used again until the next dawn.
Okay, so
It
you're
is.
throwing eldritch tentacles at it.
Yes, exactly.
From your skin.
From my skin.
Lovely. Roll.
Okay.
I also have the Eldritch Claw tattoo.
You probably got it
We all got
together.
cool
Matching tattoos.
You probably got it together, like, hey, yeah, let's do this.
It was like
bro.
3 a.m. and it was in the
It's just like
in the shaved
tattoo
Had a
roast.
little too much to drink.
Yeah.
We both had some of my mushrooms, you know.
Yeah.
It was all good.
Yeah.
Okay, what do I need to roll for this exactly?
Is this I think it just happens, doesn't it? Anybody?
I thought it was a part of you do the bonus action to
I
make it
think
happen.
so
and
too.
then
So I think I'm
part of
gonna
your
have
attack.
to try to
Yeah.
slash.
What
with
I'm trying
my-
to I was asking to roll for damage then. Excuse me.
Okay. 1 second here. So
So
doing that.
you're using Eldritch Maul.
Yeah.
CC, you're
so-
on deck.
So the way it works is that you, as a bonus action, you activate it, and then
Okay.
for the duration, each of your melee attacks with a weapon or an unarmed strike can do like these additional things. So if
Okay.
you attack it with a weapon attack, you would get to do the additional stuff.
Okay, so it
but
doesn't
you
just
already-
automatically happen for
Yeah,
where
it
is
doesn't
then,
do
right?
additional stuff currently. It does it
Okay.
when you attack.
Okay, so then I guess I'll just engage that as my bonus action, so I'm ready for next time.
Okay. Describe
Yeah.
what color are your inky tendrils from your tattoo?
They are slightly darker than the night around me.
Terrifying.
Yep,
Is that the end of your turn?
it is.
Cece, you're up.
Oh yeah, coming in hot with the 4 initiative.
Not quite last.
There's one right behind me, right? Is that where it was?
Well, now it's about... Its torso is 30 feet from you. Its body is 15 feet from you.
Okay, and how far away is Ix from me?
Ix is in the tree line. Let's call that 30 feet.
30 feet?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, beyond the tree line. You're like, you guys are kind of in the tree line, but like in the leaf litter off the trail, looking for mushies.
Okay. But still within 30 feet?
Hmm?
I Misty Step
Mm-hmm.
and appear directly beside the creature that's kind of harassing her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to start hitting it with my longsword that I pull out of my sheath, and it's on fire.
Epic.
Yes.
Epic. It's like the rainy fire scene, the rainy fire sword scene in Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
Yes. Everything around me for 40 feet is also now bright with an additional 40 feet dim.
Nice.
So 80 feet of light from me. And then I'm gonna...
You can see it very clearly now. This thing is dripping with black, viscous goo, black blood, putrid smelling decay, and a horrible, horrible sweetness. You
Yep.
can't quite identify.
Well, I'm gonna try and hit it. 16?
Okay. That hits.
Okay. Does 21 damage, 12 slashing, 10 fire, or sorry, 11 slashing, 10 fire.
Okay, so
I'm
20
gonna...
total? You said 20
yep.
total, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if there was 12 to hit. Probably not.
Nope.
And a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Fucking finally. 6 slashing, 7 fire, 13 total.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna action surge.
Hell yeah!
Ah! So This one always fucks me up with fighters when they take action surge. If they take the attack action, do they get all 3 attacks again?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Because
So
like
the way extra attack works is that if you take the attack action, you get that many attacks for the attack action.
Go for it.
So all action surge does is it gives you another action. So you would then be able to use all of your actions again.
well,
More
hit it-
Warlocks and waffles.
Your fighters.
yes, that's what I thought. But like I've heard it both ways, and
Yeah.
The other way is wrong.
the other way is wrong. I agree.
And you can't do any. So meh. So
Ah,
meh.
fucking 12 again.
Nope.
21.
Yep.
7 slashing, 9 fire, 16 total.
Mm-hmm.
13 to hit. Jesus Christ, what a waste.
Nope.
Just like just going crazy,
Just swinging a flaming sword.
which I feel is pretty on point for CC. There's not a lot of finesse. It's just try and hit it as hard as you can every single time.
It's an effective strategy.
I thought
Is
so.
that your turn?
That is my turn.
Then I will ask you, Cece, since you have joined your fellows in this fray, what do you notice about this creature? These creatures.
As I'm swiping through it and I miss, it's because it's literally the mycelium that's kind of rooting it or whatever, pulls it apart enough to sort of like steer clear of the blade. So it's not my fault.
The mycelium can dodge. I love that. I love a good literary reason for failure to make a good roll.
Yeah.
Love that. All right, and let's see. That was a 2. Yeah. Okay. The first centaur near the campfire that has gotten its shit rocked after attempting to sneak up and take a surprise round, separated from its torso, all that good stuff. It's been smacked around, it's been bitten, it's been punched. It's not looking terribly happy, but it didn't really look terribly happy to begin with, or terribly healthy. So right now the body is in range of Ronio. So it will...
I heard my name.
It's essentially, right now, a headless horse. Because it's just the body of a...
Saw! It's a headless horse, man!
Yeah, it's a headless horse, man. Yeah.
Yep. I'm glad you saw what I did there. Oh.
Saw, dude. Saw.
You were in melee range, correct?
100%.
Aha.
The only range Rodeo knows how to be.
Lovely. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Very well. This is exciting.
Stop getting hit.
You will take 13 bludgeoning damage
Excellent.
as the horse body, the headless horse man's body, raises up on its hind legs, kicking at the air, smacking you and bludgeoning you once, twice, 3 times as one attack, just because it's their hooves, it's flavor. And you take a hard, unclipped horse toenail right to your little tabaxi face.
Is that 13 total or 13 halved because I'm raging?
13 half because you were raging. You were correct. It does.
So
and it also takes. Actually, let me roll again because it does have disadvantage because of that. Because of your.
My slasher.
Yeah, it actually attempts to hoof you place its hooves upon your face, and technically it will miss.
Okay.
Very well.
It like swings its hoof down at me, and I just like catch it in the air, and I'm like, I throw the punches, motherfucker.
Okay, 15 feet. And say that again for me. What'd you say?
I just like catch the hoof as it like tries to hit me. I'm just like, I throw the punches, motherfucker.
And you hear in your little tabaxi ear, "Do you know?" And claws
dude.
into either side of your neck.
Okay.
Dealing. So I assume a 23 hits.
Yes, it does.
Holy shit. Oh wait, yeah.
The enemy is enraged, by the way.
Oh joy!
Fun.
I get advantage on a roll, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
That negates the disadvantage. Actually, no,
So
it already had disadvantage. Does it get disadvantage every time it attacks?
For my thing, it is.
This is the trouble of having
until the start of your next turn, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls.
And this is okay. So the next round. Okay, so with that, I'll take that and take the advantage because I don't want to roll again because I actually got to hit you. Ha.
Okay, so I took the 7 damage from the first one.
No, you didn't take the 7 damage from the first one because I just got the enraged. So the second attack is what
enraged
hits.
has been sitting there for a little bit. It's fine though.
That's fine.
I'm fine. I'll take the damage either way. I don't. How much damage
I want
am I
it.
taking?
I want the damage.
Give me the damage. I need to keep raging.
You take 15 slashing damage. Make a Constitution saving throw.
15 slashing halved because I'm raging.
It's halved. It's half 15s.
Half of 15 or 15 is halved.
Half of 15. Sorry.
Okay. And you said what saving throw?
A Constitution saving throw.
Dope. 12.
You have inspiration. You remember? I told you to get your ass up.
Oh fuck! You're immune to poison.
I am immune to poison.
You are immune to poison. You had a really good meal.
My gods. All right. Well, that's the end of round 1. We are gonna take a break.
Everybody's gonna tie machetes to their arms, and now they deal.
Hello, we're back with snacks.
We have returned.
Ori, you're up.
Cool.
You're the thief got caught trying to cross the border.
I am going to. Oh boy. So is the like butt end still by me?
Yeah, it's engaged with Ronio right now.
Okay.
In a game of happy hooves. Oh wait.
It's got real sexual, real fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
It always is with Ronio.
Okay, well, I'm in a hunter's
mark. The torso is like clinging to, is on his back, like, and hanging on to him with his nasty little claws.
Okay,
like Ivan from Hellboy.
Back where a person would ride a horse.
Oh God.
Go ahead, Ori.
I hunter's mark it because I forgot last time, and then I hit it with my swords.
Roll.
Do the thing. That's a natural 20, so 29 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Campfire, yeah. Damage.
11 slashing.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing crits?
What's your critical range?
I
you said natural
20.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, double the dice.
So
you can
22 damage then.
Okay. The torso and the body ain't looking too healthy.
And then a dirty 20 to hit on the second one.
Yep. I had a character in 3.5e that had a critical range of 13 to 20.
That's absurd.
Yikes.
Sorry. How much damage?
9 damage on the second strike.
Okay.
And then Merrick is gonna bite it.
Mm-hmm.
The 19.
Yep.
So 6 piercing and 4 lightning.
It's not looking too good for this.
And then
for this guy.
how does that work now? Sorry, I have played exactly one ranger.
The sinews and the spine of the torso are sinking closer and closer to the ground as the torso slides off of Ronio's back and weakly turns towards you as you attack it and its ass.
There should be 2 more on that because I forgot Hunter's Mark immediately after I cast it. So
just 2 damage?
Yeah.
Cool. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Jerry, you're up.
It's okay, Artemis. I crit and then added smite and forgot to double my smite damage.
Ooh.
Jerry, you're up.
I have not heard anything other than a gaggle of grannies chiming in with they have the remedy or solution for whatever is happening right now, coming from a box. So I'm just like, what the? Oh, one at it.
More garlic. More garlic.
Nana, no.
Apply the Vicks Vapor
Granny,
Rub.
no. Hold on.
Just
All
put
right,
it in
hold on.
the oven. Put some butter on it.
No, hold on. Hey,
Just put
Quilly,
some
hold on.
Windex on it.
He's saying a lot of like nicknames for grandmas, like Booba. Hold on, like it's a different one each time. I'm gonna use my Tales from Beyond, where it's a bonus action. I roll for a story, and I get an 8. So I roll for this story, and this is the loudest one or the one that gets my attention, and it's ooh, this is appropriate. It's the Tale of the Phantom. And I pull out a recipe that swears it'll be the most applicable like solution to this, and it's what goes in. What are pancakes gonna do with? And with this, I can turn a target invisible till the end of its next turn, or until it hits a creature with an attack. If it hits. Basically, I can give something invisibility, and if it hits something while it's invisible, the creature it hits takes necrotic damage equal to a roll of my bardic inspiration die, and is frightened of the target until the end of the frightened creature's next turn. So I can make something real spooky. So basically,
you can also hold on to it if you want to. You don't.
I can hold on to it, or I can hold on to it, give it to myself, or give it to somebody else as an action.
So what do you do?
Basically, this is Babs. Essentially, she's just like, oh yeah, no, my nephew, he fought spooky horses, and you had to spook him back. This is the story that she's trying to get me to pass on. And I was just like, Babs, I don't know about this one, Babs. This might not be. I'm gonna hold on to this. Just calm down.
Okay, so that's your bonus action.
That's my bonus action. Yeah. So I got a spook in the wings just in case. And
I should have put more whiskey in this.
So
it's really good.
This isn't gonna work. I have so many stupid spells. I picked a lot of dumb ones. I think I would just basically I would try again. Does it look really rough? Or yeah, I would do another Dissonant Whispers, and I was just like, look, I've already spooked it enough, and be like, hey you. Come here. I'll tell you what you gotta do for the skin thing. And I would cast Dissonant Whispers again, trying to say a remedy that one of the grandmas is trying to say. If you put like bee spit on it, it'll fix it.
Damage, please.
Did it fail? It rolls a wisdom save.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. What's the DC again?
19.
18. It hit.
Oh, okay. So that is 9 points of damage, psychic damage, and then it tries to run. 10
The
points.
body-
One more.
The body of. Oh, you have something else to do?
No. It was just I rolled the extra 6 and it was
Okay.
one more, so 10.
Does it move immediate? Oh, it's its reaction.
It reacts as like, "Ooh," it gets spooked. It doesn't want the granny remedy.
The torso. The torso drops to the ground from Roneo's shoulder with a wet, squelching thump, letting out a and begins to drag itself across the ground. Roneo, take an opportunity attack. Ori and Mirik also, please. As the body of the horse has fallen to its front knees, haunches raised, tries to push itself up to turn and to leap away.
19 for Ori.
Hit damage.
10.
How do you want to do this?
Woo!
Hold on. Sorry. As it starts to like move away, she just kind of like flips her sword around so that it's like blade facing down. It's like, I don't think so, and just like just splatters it.
The torso or the head? The what?
The if the back end starts to move or whatever, she just like rips it.
Ah, okay. You are showered immediately in a splurge of black, inky blood, covered from head to toe in viscera, whatever it last ate,
Gross.
and this mucus-like black ooze.
This is the crap that kills us this time.
Some club soda will get that out.
The mycelium on your skin glowing, pulsing with light as it slowly begins to fade. The torso halts in its crawling away, its attempts to escape. Hands reaching out, claws extending, sinking into the forest floor, into a fist, and then falling limp. The antlers catching on a rock beside, knocking the skull askew.
Ori is immediately trying to get the mycelium off of her.
Okay, well, it's not your turn, so.
Good luck with that.
All right.
Sorry, everyone.
All right. The second centaur.
Because this is first watch.
Having seen what happened to its companion, begins to flee. Sorry, go ahead, Bear Hunter.
Isn't that centaur blind?
Well, I'm sure it's not exactly hearing anything. I mean, I'm sure it's not exactly unaware of what's just happened, but it does have blind sight.
Okay, cool.
Just for mechanics' sake.
No,
I appreciate
absolutely
you, though.
fair.
I appreciate you, though. Begins to flee, so therefore, Ix, you're not prone, right? Are you still prone?
I'm still prone.
Okay, you are still prone. I don't think you can take an opportunity attack when you're prone. When you have the prone condition.
Probably not.
At least you couldn't in 3.5.
You can, it's just a disadvantage.
Okay, go for it. Disadvantage. CC with advantage. With just regular opportunity attack.
Regular attack.
Yeah,
How does
12 again.
How does with disadvantage work again? Sorry, I can't
So
remember.
roll twice and take the lower.
Okay, so I got 17 plus what? Okay, what am I adding to that?
Your attack.
My attack.
Are you gonna hit it with something? Are you gonna? You can't do spell. Oh no, wait, you're a warcaster, so you can.
Okay.
You can hit it with
So
a spell.
17's my first one, and I got 16 for my second one. So way with
They both hit.
that, I'm guessing they hit.
So decide what kind of attack you want to do.
Okay, hold on here. Okay. Sorry, guys. This will just take a second.
I might eat this whole bag of chips.
What type of chips? Nice.
Not sponsored.
Yet. Hunter, I look at your character thing, like just in the party, and it just looks like you were a kid that kept tagging on things. It's just like, I'm a barbarian, druid, monster, slayer, path of the, like, it's just like, it gets cut off.
Fighter, barbarian, paladin, and it has like,
you can't, it's just like, pick one, damn it. No.
You can't be a ninja, you can't be a ninja doctor when you grow up.
You originally had monk levels, too.
Yeah, I'm working on it, sorry. Okay.
No lie, I keep thinking that this fake tattoo is real.
Chill touch.
What the fuck?
Show us your tat.
Oh yeah, it says Nana in a heart. Wait, zoom. Yeah.
That's burning his skin. Chat.
It isn't now, but it was because I have fragile paper doll skin.
Ix.
Okay. Yeah, I'm casting Chill Touch.
Okay. You grab it. Roll damage.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second here. So 3d8, I think.
Mm-hmm. Roll them.
Okay. 6 plus 3 plus 6 is 15.
Okay. And you rolled a 12 there, Cece? All right. You reach out, Ix, as it attempts to turn away from you. You grab it by one of its legs, its hind legs, around the weird reverse back knee that you realize there's 2 reverse back knees and it's far too long and it's not right. And you feel, as you grab onto it, the cold seeps in and black ooze seeps out. Yeah. It gives a kick and is off into the woods. The body gallivanting out through the brush, the trees. You hear it clattering against the branches, the torso following along 15 feet behind it. And the crickets begin to chirp again after a long pause. The silence grows less loud. The creek begins to run again. Your party takes a breath, and you look at each other. And Jerry the First rolls over out of his slumber.
Oh, you're fine, Jerry. Stop it.
It rolls back over.
The night after the first watch passes without a hitch. You are all
spooked. Horses.
Yeah. You are all relatively fearful. A couple of you have taken some damage, whether it be physical or unseen. Unsure of exactly what just happened, exactly what these things were, having never seen anything like it in your life, as you're trying to frantically wash this black ooze ichor off of your clothes, the blood all over your camp. It's in the dishes, it's in your napkins. The next morning you find that Jerry II has scoured the dishes, everything in the creek. His arms are red from all the scrubbing and the chill of the creek. Ori's skin red from the absolute diving bath that they must have taken to cleanse their skin of the absolutely all-encompassing putrid stench of the viscera of the body of that centaur that still lays in the field. It still lays amongst the trees just outside your camp, torso 10 feet away from the body where it had fallen. And it is decaying at a horribly astounding rate. Flies buzz as you leave it behind, glancing back once, twice, holding back vomit fearful of what could possibly lie ahead. Is this what has been causing the lack of exports for berries? Is berries worth what lies ahead? Do you continue? Or do you retreat?
Well, I'm still up for a fight.
There's an orphanage over there with no berries, and the kids are all cold. Damn it, Agnes!
Again,
There's one granny that's upset that we
kid.
can't eat that thing, by the way. There was one granny that was just like, hey, see if you could put that thing in a stew. And it's decaying too much.
It's one kid. I don't know where he got this orphanage from. It was one kid.
Survival check, Ori.
Okay.
I would have just stared at you until like you walked away.
You know what? You're right, Jerry. You're right. It's a
we
whole
wanna go
orphanage.
there, we
Does
absolutely
anybody
can,
want to
but,
offer advantage to Ori?
I rolled a 26.
Would it be like a survival check?
Oh no, you don't worry. The 26 is fine.
Okay.
I rolled a 19 plus 7.
I didn't want to help
26.
you anyway.
Dex,
I have
Make
a
it
plus 11 to survival. I was just gonna get like that way.
Yep, you all valiantly point your way through the carriage, and
Ori
Cece,
just sort of like
there's a lot of backseat driving.
I
Make a
rolled
dex check.
5.
From the grannies.
Make a dex check, Cece, for driving. Make a driving check. Just for funsies.
Would it be with my tinker's tools?
Sure.
Because
You're using needle nose pliers to steer the not steering wheel.
Oh, come on! That was a 17, and then it tipped over.
Oh, buddy.
I was gonna give you guidance. I was gonna be like,
are we gonna hit another tree?
It's the same tree.
17 centaurs, but this time they have wings.
They never made it out of the clearing.
Yo!
Hey, you remember those adventurers that went off to like help with the berries and stuff? They never came
Still
back.
stuck in that clearing.
It's only one of those moments where you're driving your wagon up a small switchback to find the trail once again, and the carriage just makes that jump, and the edge is just right there. But you managed to correct your course because I rolled high enough on my percentile die to not give a crap. You find the path again, and the gap opens up slightly. And down the ridge, you see a few tendrils of smoke rising up out of the trees. Lingonstätt, you found it. Congratulations. It's
That
only
must be where
11:30.
we're going.
Are we gonna run into it? That's the question.
Look, it's only happened twice.
This
You-
trip.
But you've only driven this cart twice.
How do you approach Lingonstätt?
With chamomile tea.
I just drive because if I try to do anything else, it's just gonna go terribly.
Some digestive
All right.
biscuits.
You,
I'm just standing directly behind Cece with my paws over their ears, making sure that they can't hear any of the backseat driving, so they're fully focused on driving the wagon.
All I can
Excellent.
hear is my blood rushing through my ears and my own heartbeat.
And the horrifying memory of the loud, loud, loud heartbeat of those freaky centaurs.
And Ronio just kind of humming right next to you.
All right, you roll up. You come down the switchbacks. You make it down the ridge. You cross a low-flowing creek that has ice, chips of ice moving slowly through the shallow water, chipping off of rocks, showing that last night just got below freezing, and there is a crispness to the air. You can see your breath. You may tug your clothes in tighter. You may grumble as Jerry II stuffs a freshly knitted hat onto your head. From where he got it, no one knows. Scarves, mittens, everybody is outfitted perfectly well. You can't put your arms down, Cece, but it's okay because you have the reins.
It's not a rein, it's a steering wheel.
It's a steering wheel. You roll up on town. As you cross this creek, some geese some a small flock of geese, obviously somewhat domesticated, honk and squawk a little bit, and they tear you out of the way to get out of the way of this
Cobra's chickens, and I start driving towards them.
This is how we hit the tree the last time.
Those cobra chickens?
Do you really do that? Yeah.
Canadian geese are called cobra chickens because they are fucking assholes.
Yes, they're awful, but not as bad as swans.
It's where Canadians put all of their anger.
Are you actually doing that, or is it just for flavor? Okay, cool. You stay on the path. You resist the urge to go after the cobra chickens.
Barely.
You roll up. You see it's not. You weren't exactly sure what you were expecting, but for a place that's supposed to export all of these goods, whether they be berries, possibly supposed to have made wine, jams, preserves, things like that, fresh berries. It's not a city. It's barely a town. It's barely even a hamlet. It almost seems less than permanent. The only terribly permanent structure that you could see immediately is a long and large sloping roof that appears over the trees just through the tree line of this small gap of this small creek after the small creek up to the ridge. And there's wattle fencing along what appears to be some black slate jutting out from the side of a crag. And upon closer inspection, you see that there are permanent structures here. There's turf houses that are built into the sides of the crags and the ridges. These homes scattered along in Lingonstätt within the Heathland Gap. You see bushes here and there, lustrous leaves turning as the cold breeze takes over and winter comes slowly but surely. They're all bare of berries. Some icks you recognize. Oh, these are lingonberry bushes. These are apparently what goes into what these treats have been missing. They're all bare. Any of those lingonberry bushes that you see around this little settlement, all bare.
And would they be at this time of year normally?
There would probably be very little left. Birds would probably have eaten some of them if there were, but usually it's scattered on the ground a little bit too, but it's not, the ground is clear. There's not a single berry on the ground anywhere. As you continue riding the cart along these wattled fences past some other fowl, like some other small beds of livestock. There's a cow that Jerry the First moos hornily at, and she pays him no mind. You turn a small corner, and you see this long sloping roof belongs to what you can imagine, if you can, a old Norse boat house, like a long lodge. And there is smoke coming up out of some of the chimneys that are along the roof line. And you see only one person sweeping out front of the longhouse.
Is it a child that's malnourished, or
make a perception check, I guess. At advantage, because you're in mom mode, grandma mode.
19.
This is not a child. This is a man, a fully grown elven man, who, for build at least, is a very good match to your build. This man is built. He is thick. Unlike some elves that you have ever seen, this is obviously a wood elf that has spent a lot of time living rough, but also doing hard labor.
Okay.
He obviously has done some sort of building or blacksmith or smithery or something like that. As you approach, as you get closer, you see long, loose, dark brown hair and a set of amber eyes lift up from his work, and he holds the broom to one side. He is wearing what seems to be woolen, dark blue trousers, some Heatherby boots, just simple leather affair with the tip of the toe slightly upturned, and a dark, like hunter green, really thick. You know what we previously called drug rugs? Y'all remember those?
Yes.
Imagine something like that, and it's got like a hood to drag over if need be to cover from the rain. Dark hunter green woolen shirt, and a leather belt that is tied in a circle ring around his waist where that pouch hangs from. He holds the broom aloft. A small pop. You probably notice maybe a small pop seam in the shoulder of his shirt, and he puts a hand upon his hip as you approach, and he looks at you quizzically.
Bronio just leans out like the side of the wagon and is just like, "Saw, did we heard there was like a orphanage full of berryless babies here that needed help?"
It was one kid.
And then we saw there were no berries.
Yeah, no berries on the road. Also, we fought like some creepy ass centaurs last night. So like, do you have an issue of like creepy centaurs stealing your baby's berries?
Mystery
Rodeo
solved.
Max, and he just like holds out his hand towards him.
He tentatively moves to the broom to his other hand, and he reaches out with a large calloused hand and takes your paw within his own and gives it a confident shake. And he kind of chuckles to himself, taking in your form and figure, your little tufts of fur, your cute little beanie and your scarf and stuff, and your stature, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. The whole bit at the beginning, I'm mighty confused, but if you fought them damn centaurs, that like they were like floating, right?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, sort of.
It is a miracle you folks are alive.
No, we're pretty fucking awesome.
Maybe you didn't hear me before, but I'm Ronio Mikes. So, like, living legend, brah. We had, like, barely even a problem. Like, if you were to break combat down, it was maybe 2 rounds of combat, like 12 seconds tops before we were, like, done.
He smiles at your display of confidence. All right, well, I'm glad that you survived then, I suppose. Would you like to come in? I feel like perhaps you probably deserve a drink.
I will always take a drink, bro. I will say I had a pretty big breakfast yesterday that has made alcohol not work for some reason. I'm still kind of pissed about that, but I will take a drink if you're offering.
All right. Well, come on in.
Real quick, is my passive insight is like dumb high, and I just imagine that being like grandma whispering like I don't know about it. Like them giving their vibe checks. Is there anything that seems disingenuous? Like does he seem genuinely surprised or like,
Yeah, okay. From your passive insight, he seems genuinely surprised to see anybody right now. He is genuinely surprised that you all look so put together, as much as you can be, at least for this ragtag group, after having fought what he has obviously experienced, these dread centaurs. And he seems genuine and is kindly offering you a drink and possibly a roof over your head, especially since it's beginning to slowly let loose to a misting, freezing rain.
There's definitely like just like me. We're gonna catch a cold. Get inside. Come on, we're gonna catch. No, come on.
Well, he leads you inside of this lodge. My apologies. My name is Kieran. It's a pleasure to meet y'all. Come on in. Sit down. There's a large fire in the middle of the lodge. There are tables and chairs. There are beds that are along the walls, lofted. This obviously is like the kind of main hub for most of the activity in this hamlet. There are people in here. There are people that are milling about, talking, working on things, some sewing, some weaving, cutting up meat, so on and so forth, kind of going about their lives. They look up. Everyone kind of regards you with suspicion and surprise. You notice that in particular with your passive insight. These folks obviously haven't seen strangers in a while, and they don't seem too trustful, especially if what's been going on has been going on for a while. And Kieran leads you over to the fire and has a few drinks poured for all of you as you all introduce yourselves and so on and so forth.
I'm assuming that if this is a like kind of rundown town, like stuff isn't coming in and out.
Sorry, go ahead.
Like stuff isn't coming in and out. They're like kind of secluded. I'm assuming that the drink selection is probably not great.
Not terribly great, honestly. I mean, there is a home-brewed ale. It's at proper room temperature, and there is possibly a cask or two that are open with mead. Mm-hmm. Just your regular fare honey mead, probably carrot blossom or something like that. Because
Romeo just like pulls open his bag of holding and like reaches in and roots around and pulls out just like a large cask of something really good and just like hands it to the guy. He's like, yeah, so I won't be drinking whatever this is because it smells like turnips, and I prefer that my alcohol doesn't smell like turnip. But you can open that up. Anybody who wants them is welcome to it.
Everybody in the hall is like, hey, yeah, and the cask is promptly broken open.
It doesn't reseal well. I don't like traveling with it once it's open.
Kieran takes this cask from you with relative ease and places it on the counter, muscles bulging along the seams of his shirt as he places it, rippling in fact, his hair coming down over his shoulder, and he just kind of like nudges, he like kind of throws his shoulder back to turn around and get it out of his face as he turns. Well, I thank you kindly. Go. And the whole longhouse raises their glasses for Skull. So,
well, now that that's over with, oh my god, I've picked up your accent. Shit. Now what do I do?
I don't know.
You just gotta get real angry about something, bro. Mine is somewhere between Cali and Southern, and even I don't know where it lands.
You're starting to sound a little bit more Midwestern Southern. I gotta be
skip me. I gotta like practice off screen. Hang on.
All right.
Find a key phrase you can say. For me, it's saw, bro. And then once you find that, you can just kind of stay anchored around it.
Is there so what exactly are you folks doing here? If I may be so, forgive my candor, of course. Not that we aren't exactly prepared to take on any strangers. There are a few beds that are free here, but it's been a bit of a lean season, so. And also,
she got the summons from a child of some sort, and then Jerry decided we had to come here because he thought somebody was hungry.
It started out with we needed the jam and the pie filling, and then it turned into the orphans. So where is everybody? What? Where are the kids? Is everybody?
No, he said there were no orphans, bro. He said that they were just like, he didn't know what we were talking about.
Cece, you wanted to show him the letter?
I never seen no fucking letter.
As soon as you,
I literally held it out to you like 6 times.
How do you hold a lot of things out?
As soon as you mention the jam, the preserves, the berries, his face kind of becomes like the easygoing like smile in the cock of his eyebrow and his very kind amber eyes kind of like sober up a little bit, and the smile falls, and he almost looks kind of frustrated.
What's the matter?
You hand the letter to him.
I just hold it up so he can see it. Look, it was drawn in crayon. It's one kid.
One of many, I'm assuming. What kind of fucking parents aren't feeding their kids? Which one of you fuckers isn't feeding your kid?
Okay, Jerry, calm down, please.
I bet it's that guy right over fucking there.
Jerry, I think you're in grandma mode again.
Oh boy. Okay, 94.
Let go of me.
Kieran his brow furrows and he glares at you, Jerry. I don't take terribly well to inviting strangers into my home, offering them drink, of course being given drink, and he kind of like nods at Ronio, and then being insulting for my parenting skills.
Oh, I imagine pointing at a random dude in the corner. I imagine pointing at a random dude that he like didn't feed his kid, not the main dude.
Rodeo's like holding him back.
Oh, okay, cool.
He doesn't even have a kid. He's got like a cat.
But to be fair, the cat is bundled up like a baby.
That's true.
This is all right. Well, okay. You point at this random guy over at one of the tables. He is partaking of the cask that Ronio has opened up, and he looks up at you, and he stands, and he keeps getting taller.
Oh shit! It's one of them Centos.
As you realize that a Goliath is standing.
Oh, never mind. It's fine. It's all fine, yeah.
You can't do that to us. We just were traumatized.
I hope she actually said, "Oh fuck, it's one of those centaurs."
I did.
That happened in really.
He has a long braided beard and ravens tattooed all along the sides of his scalp, and a mohawk trailing down his back, and he stands, his leathers creaking as he stands up to his full 9 feet, and he says,
I could take it.
Is there something I can fucking help you with, sir?
Ronio immediately lets go of Jerry and takes a step back and just goes, "My bad, bro. You look dope as fuck."
You saying something about me and my parenting skills? How dare you? I don't know you from hell or high water. What the fuck? Who the fuck do you think you are? And Kieran just waves a hand. He says, "Knut, Bastion," and he starts speaking in a language that none of you understand except for Ix. It is Druidic. Kieran tells Knut, "Just fucking sit down. I ain't gonna be having no more of your damn brawls in this here house. Nobody is doubting your talents as a parent, but I am starting to doubt that you have any understanding of my usually never-ending patience. So sit down, shut your damn mouth, and drink the God's damn alcohol that this cat man has given to us so kindly. This guy's heart might be in the right place, but they also might be a damn bit crazy, considering that they just fought a bunch of dread centaurs and still made their way into the Heathland Gap.
I'm trying to take my apron off and my shirt. It's like, no, this guy doesn't fucking take care of kids. What do you, I'm still trying in the distance. Like, they're calming me down.
I'm pulling components out of my component pouch, getting ready to cast enlarge on myself.
You feel a tug at your apron, Jerry. Excuse me, mister. And you look down, and there is a itty-bitty little elven child wearing a slightly painful to look at mustard yellow smock. Adorable, ruddy little cheeks, and dirty little feet and hands.
Excuse me, mister. That's my letter.
The world is drowned out by many gasping grandmas, and
she's missing her 2 front teeth.
Their cheeks look so pinchable right now.
They do.
They definitely need some candy.
You got you got my letter. Thank you for coming. Nobody been taking me seriously around here.
Oh, how can you not take yourself? So here we go, and I'm putting hard candies in their hand as I'm just like, here you go. No, it's now go ahead, tell us what's wrong.
She has her hands like cupped around this little mound of candy that you've given
to her. It's a lot. It's way too many.
She looks up at Kieran and she says in Druidic,
Daddy, can I please have some? I don't know what it is. He's giving me sticky rocks.
And Kieran says, I don't know what that is. He takes one, he tastes it. Oh, you'll like that. Put it in your mouth. And she's like,
okay.
Oh, no!
Those are going to congeal, and that mouth is. I hope we didn't need information from this person.
Okay,
they are not opening their mouth again.
The BBEG is just one elven child hopped up on sugar.
The BBEG is a dentist.
And she like and spits out this little mound, this like amorphous blob of all these candies. And she's like,
well, hot dang, that's good. It's really sticky though.
Maybe just one at a time next time, my friend.
She as kids are wont to do, she holds it up to her dad and puts it in his hand, takes your pinky and pulls you over to a table near the fire.
We can discuss business over here, mister.
Her hand is very sticky.
Like I said, one kid. And I picked up the accent again.
Kieran follows along as this child leads you over. As this child leads you over to the table. And she stands up, she hops up onto the bench and sits down, and the table's like this to her. And she puts a little hand, she's like,
I have gathered you here today because we ain't allowed to go picking berries. And the traders don't come no more, and they ain't got nothing cool. And I'm bored. Also, the woods is full of some scary shit right now.
And Kieran just says, hey, watch your fucking mouth.
Sorry, Daddy.
Kieran lovingly pets a handle down along her head and like ruffles her little hair, her little dark brown curls. Her teeny tiny little nose wriggles in delight, and she says, Daddy, stop that. Trying to have a meeting here. Kieran shakes his head, and he looks upon you all, and he says, well, I'm terribly sorry. I had no idea that my daughter here was doing something like that. Well, this is Ada. Ada, say hello.
Hello.
I had no idea that she was sending out letters. Things get weird here in the Gap. It's usually a bit more of a bustling kind of summer with traders coming in and leaving. We just had kind of lean times, and we ain't really been able to go out as much gathering. We haven't done any really berry gathering up past the village, so because we've been having, well, it started out as some territorial issues with some centaurs, but as you can see, a little something more sinister is at work here.
Yeah, bro, we came down through, like, the gap, and there were, like, bushes there, but, like, none of those bushes had any berries on it. So, like, is that a...
Let's cut back. Perception check. Along the trail.
9.
It's okay, the DC wasn't that high. As you had traveled the trail of the Heathland Gap, while it was much less, it's probably obviously autumn, but there are berries on the ground. There are berries still lingering in the bushes. Bright red, round, succulent looking. Birds coming down to peck at them and take them off to their nests. You see squirrels munching and crunching, chipmunks stuffing their cheeks. You see, maybe in the distance, some deer grazing nearby, pulling leaves off of the bushes. You are confused. The whole gap, lush with berries, until you come to the village, to the edge of until you come to, like, the outside of the village. That's when the berries started to lessen. And you gather that they gathered quite liberally, as much as they could, while staying within their own territory. Even the berries that fell upon the ground.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
My bad, dude. I just remembered that I had forgotten that there were berries until we got here. So, like, you must have just gotten all those berries. Where is the problem? And where can I punch it until it stops being a problem?
Yeah, I like this idea too, because I'm more of the punching, slashing.
So hard, bruh. Like, put me next to some drywall. You don't got no drywall no more.
The problem is it's the All Hallow, for one thing. So naturally things get a little bit more spooky out here in the Gap. It's just the way things are. And I'm not sure what's going on with Centaurs. My people have lived peacefully here for quite a long time. We've had an accord with the Centaurs for over a century now, and this first time we started having arguments about it. It was over territory. It was over
undead ones.
What's that?
The creepy undead ones.
Oh, they ain't undead, darling.
Yeah, they have.
I can confirm that. I hit it real hard in the face with glowy magic fists, and they did not get hurt more by that, and they totally would if they had been undead.
They ain't undead, darling.
So what are they then? Because, like, they kind of split in half, and they got, like, the organs are all out on display.
Well, you got.
And they were super goopy.
They do have big undead vibes.
Yeah, they do, but it ain't nothing terribly natural. I can tell you that right now.
So they ain't always been like that.
No, they were. No, I've known them since I was young. Since I was younger, not much younger, but you know. But yeah, I think we struck the accord. Maybe.
Struck or stroked. I mean,
maybe about
sometimes you got to stroke to get a strike.
Maybe
Struckled.
And he kind of like looks at you when you're making these stroking jokes, and he just kind of like takes you in for a second. He's like, and he shakes his head a little bit. I think we struck the accords and the treaties for territory and agreements maybe about 112 years ago, something like that. But we started having some issues earlier this summer where they weren't so congenial. They weren't splitting themselves in half like that. Well, no, not then at least. But this is relatively recent development. And it ain't the only thing that's been wandering around in these woods here. Things are getting a little fucked up out there. Excuse my language.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah, I know.
What has changed? Because something must have changed at some point, right? It can't just be the veils thinning.
Yeah, especially if the veil's thin now, but it wasn't at the beginning of summer.
Somebody drops a fist upon your table.
Hey, you want to arm wrestle? We'll go.
I'll tell you what's going on out there in the Gap. And you look, and it is this wide-eyed, maybe like 67-year-old half-elf. Teeth a bit like stained red with the meads and with the berry mead, and hair wild, looking disheveled, deep dark circles under their eyes. I'll tell you what's going on in that damn dear gap. Ain't we done woke up something woke up out there real bad. I can hear them moving in the night, whopping around like a couple of wet mops, slapping against my door, trying to get in.
Woke up with something where?
Kieran reaches up and rubs at his face.
Ronio just goes, "Finally, bro, we got somebody making sense. Where is the wet mop creature that we can punch in the face?
You'll have to forgive
more
Rodolph.
like I'll hollow it out, bro."
You'll have to forget my friend Rodolph.
Rodolph?
Yeah.
That's my name, Missy. That's my name.
Hey, I was just making sure I heard you right.
That's all right. That's all right. I can shows you where's it happening. Where did it come from?
Well, first question. Did you awaken the thing that made the thing bad? Because you're acting real sus right now.
Nah, I didn't do no such thing like that. I didn't do no awakening. Someone brought it here. Someone from the outside.
And he looks at all of you.
Someone from the outside.
We just got here, man.
I'm actually an indoor cat.
Except when he's sleeping on the roof.
That's a part of a building. It counts. I had to go in a door to get there.
I tried so hard to not make this a fucking one shot.
God damn it, Cedar. Every time.
My fault!
Isn't it?
No!
Okay, where do we gotta go?
Who can I punch in the face until this stops being a problem?
That's literally how we solve all our problems. We punch it, we slash
I
it.
have punched so many problems into oblivion.
Everybody's sharing accents now.
Well, we can go. Well, we can go. Well, you can come with me. I'll show you. We can do a stakeout tonight. Wouldn't that be all right, Kieran? We got some. Yeah, they say they're powerful people. They seem like they can hold and take care of themselves. We gonna get them next time, Kieran. We gonna get them. I told you.
All right, the more he's talking, the more I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, are my grannies feeling like a kindred craziness, or do I get vibes from this? Like,
dang, this guy, just like, dang it, this guy's crazy.
Oh, the grannies think he's crazy. This guy's crazy.
He's fucking crazy. He's fucking crazy.
Passively, I was just like, is he like, oh, this person's clearly lying or possessed or something? Because I'm still thinking about like,
he looks
all right,
like he hasn't gotten sleep.
How can I get my
in
jam?
Weeks. He looks like he hasn't gotten sleep in several days, or maybe even a couple of weeks.
So
your grannies are just like, this guy is one pecan away from the nut house.
Let's go do a stakeout. You want to do stakeout? We can do stakeout. I ain't slept in 14 hours.
How about we just go and like...
Were you about to say hours? Because that's not impressive.
Punch it. Because I'm getting a little tired
14 minutes.
of this nonsense.
Kieran just like kind of looks around at all of you. I don't know what you can do to help. It's not just one issue. In
Punch it.
Valley.
So should we just leave?
We can leave. Like,
I picked up the jersey.
we're just...
You
get an accent, and you get an accent, and you get an accent.
I quietly lean over to the rest of the party, just like pull them aside for a second. I'm like, so here's the thing. That was Christopher Walken. So, bro, there we go. Okay, so here's the thing. There were like berries out there. We can just go pick those, and we don't need to be here.
Yeah, this sounds like a good idea to me. Let's get the fuck out of here. Since
Problem solved.
All of these people
a bunch of druids
There's plenty.
can't fucking grow berries.
Berries, and they're all druids apparently.
All right.
They
I'm
can
a
leave.
druid.
You all.
What's wrong with
I've
you
already put
folks?
like 5 Tupperwares of leftovers in front of the child to make sure that the one child I have seen is fed.
She's
It's
already
like,
eating
there's
it.
Yeah, it's just like there's no orphanage, so yeah, I mean we could go get the fucking berries. I've been trying to.
Thank you,
It's just been
mister.
trying to bake a pie for days.
I already had lunch and breakfast, but I'll take second lunch and tea time. Thanks for coming. Are you sure you don't? Well, okay, bye. I guess maybe next season will be better.
You all take your carriage out along the gap. You're picking berries as you go. Picking berries, gathering berries. You're filling your stores as you ride
Just
your way
mage
out.
handing.
As you ride your way out of the valley, your cart is full. Containers upon containers filled with these beautiful, lustrous, succulent red berries. You're
We don't talk
sampling
about our
them.
bags
They're
of
absolutely
holding.
delicious. You go back to Vargwood. You are hailed as some sort of heroes as you bring these berries back.
We make so much money off of these
You immediately get a deposit for your shipment.
Nana's
and
house is the
listen.
only place to get them.
Yeah, we
We're able
figured
to
out
pay
the
for all the
secret.
renovations.
You gotta go there and get them.
Fire damage.
We as the audience move in on Nana's house as Jerry and party begin cooking and serving.
Tarts,
Tarts,
pies,
muffins,
pies.
tart pies, muffins, all kinds of wonderful treats, pancakes added with these beautiful berries, all throughout the land, distributing these succulent sweets, these berries. Wine is being made, and like a translucent flash from the dread centaurs, we see for a moment, and then we blink, and it's just the berries. It's the pies. It's the tarts. Everything looks so delicious, but then it doesn't. We see when someone holds the berry in their hand and they crunch and bite down into it, they look blissful as they're tasting a delicious lingonberry from the valley of Heathland Gap of Lingonstätt. And we shake and we see it for what it truly is. Black ichor filling along their mouths, their teeth, all throughout the land as they consume these pies, these tarts, these treats, the wines, the delicious taste of loss of humanity as everyone begins to hear the call of her as she distributes herself along the valley. Thanks to the folks, the kind folks of Nana's house, she gained so many followers, so many fallen, so many people. All they see in their dreams is their worst fears come to life as they shake and babble in their beds and in their bedrolls. She gibbers madly in her sleep. Desperate hope is all they keep from being like your worshippers. She who is countless eyes, flaming wings upon the skies. We do not know this power yet, but if we just reach out and believe, try and grip what is there, but we cannot see, because she shows us horrifying things. So horrible that we claw out our own eyes to be feasting upon the knowledge and love that is her. And we will take and take and take and give it all to her as the entirety of the continent falls, tasting rivers run with black and red blood and violence, tributed by the people who made so much off of so little effort. picking berries that were there for the taking, spreading the word and the gospel of her, the one who will come and make us babble in our sleep so we may never know peace ever again, as we all on this continent become the sightless to her. And that is where, on this dreadful, black, oozing tendrils bleeding from your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your nose, anger, fear, terror, raising goosebumps upon your skin, never to know a peaceful night's sleep again as your paralysis demons return. But they are there. They cannot just stand over you. They can reach out and touch you, but you cannot stand to fight, as it is a gift from her. You must accept these gifts from her and spread the sweet, succulent gospel that is her gift, as Nana's house goes international and global. And eventually
strudels, fucking turnovers.
And that is where we end the Hallowed Holler.
Damn it,
as
Cedar!
It cracks open.
I'm so mad. One day I'm gonna get to fight the end of one of your games.
This story ties into not only the one shot from last year, the screaming and the silence.
I was gonna say
the same world, but
thing?
also in the Gramsby stage, where the sightless priest. And as we pull away, thinking the credits will roll, we see a man in a black hat step out of a carriage, flanked by a party. One of them, a gunslinger. Another, a Kenku. A few others behind. Been here, seen it. And when somebody asks this black hat, this person who beneath the black hat, what he's doing here, what his name is, he says, I don't answer questions.
First of all, fuck you.
Rude.
I'm upsetty spaghetti.
Ronio moves to Miami.
Congratulations, players. You did not die. You will live forever in the absolute long, lengthy life of oblivion that is promised by her. Who is she?
Promising, at least.
Who is
The
she?
ultimate grandma. I'm trying to think how this could have possibly happened.
The real hungry orphans were the friends we made along the way.
Oh my god.
BG.
Oh my goodness.
We're bad people, but that's okay.
I'm doomed to never win
No,
in Cedar's games.
never.
Even when you win,
I still lose.
you made so much money.
Capitalism.
I'm opening up a club.
I was just in it for the pies and the orphans. And
Yo,
Orphans ate your pies.
I'm so sad. I had so many cool things I wanted to do.
Well,
We dicked
Ronio
around a
goes on.
lot.
that's
we
okay.
did. We absolutely did.
These are the consequences of our actions. It's the bed that we made, but we don't necessarily have to lie in it. Thank you everybody so much for watching, being a part of this. Thank you players for playing in the Hallowed Holler. thank you for please thank you to those who have already donated to Extra Life. Please consider, as Spooktober slowly winds to an end, to continue giving. Spread the word, spread the link. If you can't give now, I'd rather you not. Just spread the link. Don't put yourself on fire to keep others warm, but spread the word. Just like our party here did.
Except with less weird mycelium cultness.
Well, the mycelium wasn't even a part of it here. The mycelium was in a different continent.
You know, it's still the same vibe.
Oh, man.
That was Alyssa, and not even prompted by me. There will be spin-offs in the future, continuing this world as it develops, taking in so many wonderful choices that my players continue to make as this world develops and she gains power. Now, in my worlds, in this universe at least, an entire continent on a planet has fallen, and she grows stronger. Thank you for playing.
So Hunter, we'll see you in a couple of months.
Oh, this campaign right here is over.
But
I, Junie, feel very responsible. Like, I feel like I should have not allowed a lot of things to happen. I got lost in the sauce and let Jerry say too much shit.
Junie and I are gonna have to run a one-shot that's just alternate world where it's just a really happy restaurant running simulator.
Actually, I would actually love to just let that RP. I would love to facilitate the RP. Not
cooking
even
grandma. It's like, instead of cooking mama, it's cooking grandma. Like,
Cooking Nana.
Yeah, that's way more.
I'm here for that. Invite me to that episode, please.
Oh man, it's just we've been looking for an excuse to do Warlocks and Waffle House for so long. Like that's the
here's your excuse.
That's the excuse. Yeah.
The AU where nothing goes wrong and nobody dies.
It's all happy and chill vibes, and I'm in.
Do you want to know what
we put our finger on the choose your own adventure aspect of this? So like. We let Hunter flip to page 37, and that was the end on that page. But if we go back to where our thumb was, and we didn't do that and chose the literal other option,
with me being the blame here.
No, it was you. Like, you were the one that said, "Can we just get it more?" And it was like, if you just say we get more, if we just go back and get more, go to page 39. If you literally do anything else, go to page 47.
To be fair, I also had 5 minutes left till midnight, and I was like, "This ain't gonna happen." So you know what? I'm gonna ride that. You made a choice. Congratulations.
That is the best way, because I never see that. I don't get to see enough. Where I know it's really easy as a DM to go like, "Are you sure? Do you want a blank? Do you want a blank?" And he's like, "All right, fuck it, sure, okay."
I said bet.
You go.
I said bet, baby.
Yeah, no. So I appreciate that. I was there and I was like, and I saw what was happening, and I was like, "Well."
Oh, you saw my crazy eyes.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness.
I was just like, it's fucking going down right now.
I need to stop playing in one-shots where it gets really late, because my brain loses all ability to not be impulsive.
I 100% saw when you disassociated earlier. You were like... The ADHD was strong.
I have to be up at 5 a.m.
I talk with Hunter early in the morning and during random one shots like the late at night, and there is a fine. That's why in the beginning I was like, "Do you have caffeine or do you have like something?" Because it's there.
Yep.
It's the last night whiskey.
I have to be up at 5 a.m. and then my first meeting is at 9.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing.
Quickly around the table, Cedar, thank you so much for running the one shot. Where can we
Thank you for having me. My name is Cedar the Barefoot. I can be found on Twitter as Barefoot Cedar and Cedar the Barefoot everywhere else. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of that good stuff. I may be a happy, fun, go lucky person, but God's damn it, Laws has really given me an appreciation for horror, and I can't help myself.
Every time I interact with Cedar, they're like, "Oh yeah, I love a happy, fun, like nonsense thing." And then every time I play with Cedar, it's "you failed and everyone died because
you
of it."
didn't fail. No, you didn't fail. There was winning. You did
You
win.
can hear the sound of angels crying.
There. How about this, Hunter? Can we put Hunter on the list for "Oops, all Gerblins missile foes" for the winter one shot?
Yeah.
Okay, Junie, you're coming too.
Yeah. Hit me up. We'll see if we can make it work.
Yep.
Yes, I can't.
It sounds like you have to decide whether you fight them or make out with them. I don't know, like missile foes.
So
Yeah, I mean that's basically what it was the first time around. So
we had a one shot last year where it was just "Oops, all Gerblins," where we basically like a god drunkenly crashed his like chariot into the ground, and we had to save Solstice.
Right, yeah.
And it was just it was in Goblin Town.
Yeah.
Or Gerblin Town, which was also mentioned in this one shot.
Mm-hmm.
The famous eatery.
You cut out when you said it, so I had to type it in chat.
Sorry, Gan. Gan means eat in Gerblin, so it's just eatery.
Yeah.
You know, Gan.
All right. Anyway, quickly around the rest
Cool.
of the table.
Sorry.
Junie.
I mean, I wasn't the only person talking.
Junie, your first game with us. First of all, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I appreciate it.
I love you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did Junie
all.
not play in the Hags one shot?
No,
I was supposed to, and I couldn't. I was originally.
That's why I was tagged.
In my head, you were like
I was
had
originally
already played.
down
Where
to
were
be.
you, Junie?
I had a full thing like for that, yeah. And
Poor
then
Junie.
We gotta do this.
I love you.
Who are you, Junie?
All right, so yeah, so sorry. Hi, I'm Junie. I'm a very nerdy dad. I am Hunter's a closet gremlin that he has for as a co-host on Warlocks and Waffles on Mondays and Fridays. You can find me on all social medias at Very Nerdy Dad. Recently, I was on the Kill Every Monster podcast. We discussed methods, and I go on a crazy tangent, and I get to pilot 4 methods. They're my favorite monster, and I got to rant and nerd out about them. And this was a blast. Thank you all very much for having me. This was so much fun.
So much fun. I am in for the Breakfast Waffle House, Warlock and Waffles restaurant.
Yes. Call
streams.
me. No, Hunter, I'm serious. Don't just disappear on me again. Call me.
Yes. Hunter.
Who are you?
Hello, I am Hunter. I am the other half of Warlocks and Waffles. We are the only TTRPG morning show. If you like any of the nonsense that Junie and I have put out tonight, we do more of that on Monday and Friday morning, most weeks. We also are playing through Baldur's Gate as we have time to do it.
Is it gay?
The glorious adventures of Count Leopold von Golden Pants and company. And it's a very interesting playthrough. We're making lots of great choices. Come join us for that.
Great choices. Alyssa.
I'm Alyssa Balzer, and you can find me at _illustrations on Instagram. I make art. The end.
Yeah, you do. Artemis.
Yeah, I do.
I'm Artemis. I'm the social media manager and content coordinator for the Vactaire. This is, I don't know. I just work here. And I don't know. At this point, it's been a very long month, and
yes.
I'm really glad that we got through it, and we did 37 streams in 31 days. Everybody's a little tired. Thanks for hanging in there and donating when you could, guys.
Donate more.
Appreciate you.
And I'm after the DM. This is my shit. We're gonna raid somebody, so stick around for that because we need to support our community, and more friends means more people on games and more people to run games, which means more players.
People to doom continents.
So
I dropped in an active session what Kieran looks like, by the way.
Okay, stick around for the raid, and we will see you next time. Don't forget our 12-hour drop-in, drop-out dungeon crawl. It's an open invitation. You just have to fill out our consent sheet and join our Discord, and you can play. So, we'll see you later.